Hello and welcome to another episode of Sharp Talk. I'm Tom, aka Tom Hosting Outdoors on YouTube and at Tom Hosting Outdoors on Instagram. Today I'm joined by my co-host Alex, where you can find him on YouTube at Alex's Knife Box and at Alex_Knifebox on Instagram. Steve is late as always, kind of to be expected at this point. We also have Gerald, who is Outpost76 on YouTube and at Outpost76 on Instagram. And today we're joined by our special guest, Mark, from, and you guys might know him already, from the Advanced Knife Bro channel on YouTube. And you can find him on Instagram at advanced_knife bro, or knife_bro. So thank you for joining us, Mark. Good to have you on.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we're going to start off, as always, with what's in your guys' pockets today.
Who's going to start?
Who?
I'll start for
Let's
once.
start with our guest.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Today is my Sebenza. I've been carrying it like sort of regularly lately. I don't know why. It's because I just sharpened it. I sharpened it like before I moved, and I think this is like, now that I got my stuff unpacked, this has been like a regular carry.
Very nice. What'd you sharpen it with?
Just my sharp maker. That's all I do. I don't send them out. I think I sent something to Nero Knives once, a convex ground blade, but yeah, I just do the sharp maker. For better or worse on everything.
Nice.
It works.
It works.
You obviously chop and cut through everything you encounter, so it works.
It works. It works. And like the kukris, they come with the little sharpeners, and that works on those. So, that's what I do.
Perfect.
Does it restore a convex edge pretty well too?
Yeah, it's like super easy. You just like take the hard steel and you just kind of like feel for the edge of it, and just kind of like feel the curve, and you can just kind of feel it as you go. It's like way more intuitive than like freehand sharpening. You just curve it and just and it sharpens it. Like all of my kukris are like that. So, well,
Very nice.
At least the real kukris.
Or kukri.
Kukri. Kukri. Kukri. I don't know how you say it.
All right. Well, I got it's not mine, but it's on loan to me. It's a Stretch 2 in ZDP that I'm doing for some long-term testing. This is my first time having extensive use with ZDP, and so far it's been pretty darn impressive. I really, really like it. Pretty unique stuff.
Yeah. What characteristics about it are unique?
I don't want to really spoil the video too much.
Come on, Tom. Stop that.
But I don't know. It's a different steel than other steels. It's not like it doesn't achieve its edge retention through crazy amounts of vanadium or tungsten or anything like that. It's high hardness because of super high carbon, and it's mainly chromium carbide, so you don't have to sharpen it with diamond. You're kind of open to a bunch of different sharpening techniques, which is kind of cool for a super steel like that.
Right. Is it as super as people really claim it is?
In this day and age, not quite like what it was when it first came out, but it's still up there as pretty elite stuff.
What would you compare it to?
Oh, that's tough. I was just talking to BJ about this the other day, that I was like, yeah, normally when you're testing these kind of steels, you can kind of find a steel that you can compare it to, and ZDP isn't really one I can do that with. It's so different than anything else I've tried.
Yeah, I know it's very popular in chef cutlery.
Yeah. I don't know what hardness they run this at, but it seems like it has really good edge stability and everything, and it's been very impressive.
Very nice, very nice.
What you got, Alex?
Gerald?
Or Gerald.
Let's do Gerald.
I still have Maximum, buddy.
All right. Have you finished your testing on that?
No.
How long are you supposed to carry this thing for?
Well, look, I just put up my update on my use video today, and I don't remember. I think it's at I don't remember how many feet. It's well over 1,000 feet on that edge, and I stropped it once.
Wow.
And it still cuts through paper easy, so I'm still using it.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I actually have the knife I'm doing my next video on today. I have this Olamic Cutlery CTS XHP fully polished, compound ground, mini compact Wayfarer in this really cool entropic finish and
So sweet.
marble carbon fiber. Yeah.
That's awesome.
A beaut.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm just kind of carrying it around and kind of see what little details I want to talk about. But I really like the way it's done, and that mirror is just, it's much better than most that I've owned before. It's pretty incredible how well that they finished this knife. I'm a big Olamic fan. I like their stuff. I got a chance to talk to them yesterday. I went to the custom knife show, the California custom knife show, whatever. And it was pretty cool. I actually walked up to the booth, and they had a bunch of beautiful knives there. They're doing a lot of that entropic finish there. I saw tons of knives with that finish. And then yeah, I walked up to the booth. I actually never met Eugene in person, but right when I walked up, he's like, "Hey, Alex." I'm like, "Oh, shit." Didn't even have to introduce myself. That's cool. So I had a good time talking to all the makers.
That's badass, man. That's a
Yeah.
sweet knife too.
Yeah, it is. It's really not all that big. It's definitely compact enough to be like a nice, comfortable carry, because they make a much bigger version of this thing. But this was one of two that they made for a Vegas show last year, and I ended up getting one of them. It's kind of cool.
So I know Alex has something that's new.
Oh God. I have two things. I have three new ones. Two of them getting built. I'm getting a dagger made from Brian Nadeau. So that should be pretty sweet. I am also building a zirconium and Westinghouse micarta build with Razor Damascus from Fernando Medina, a Hellcat. That should be pretty cool. And then yesterday, Mr. Pena got my money. I ended up picking up a Trapper front flipper from him, which was really quite nice. Very impressive. I had to do a video on it right away. I carried it the whole day that evening. I'm like, I'm sold. This thing's awesome.
That's awesome. It's a badass looking knife.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Oh, and how the hell did you get on Brian's books? Because I've heard it's like notoriously difficult to get on Brian's actual books. Did you have to pay just to be on his books?
No. Let's just say I've been talking to Brian for years.
Yeah.
On and off, and then finally I was able to get a build done.
Is it a Nemesis?
Yes.
Those are sweet.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
I can't.
I wish I had $1,000 to drop on it.
More than that.
Well, I'm just, just to start, 1,000.
It's more than that.
They're like 1,500 or 2,000.
Yeah,
something like that.
1,500 to start.
Mhm.
I didn't go too crazy on mine because honestly, I was expensive enough as it is. I'm sending in my own carbon fiber, and it's gonna do like the cutout fuller on it. But very simple build otherwise, and even that was like $1,750. So needless to say, I'm gonna have to sell some shit.
Sell some shit.
Yeah. But didn't you get a or I don't know if you got it yet, but weren't you getting a deadlock?
Yeah, so the carbon fiber keeps getting pushed back, which is fine because like I keep spending the money on other things. I paid the $300 deposit like a while back, but I think Levin hooked me up over when he was at the show, and so yeah, I have one coming. Who knows when it's gonna actually show up, but I'm not really in a hurry for it.
Right.
It'll just be $1,000 on the credit card, I think, is what I'm gonna owe on it.
Yeah.
So when it gets here, it gets here. I have my mud nearby.
Oh yes, I love those.
Yep, just finally sharpened that recently too, for the first time. Yeah, so I do have a deadlock. That's the $1,000 dagger. you know, that I can afford. There's not really room for a nemesis in my life right now, you know. Just
Yeah.
simple economics.
I really don't consider that an economical knife. That is quite a knife.
Yeah, my economics, like my personal, like I have no flow of money
Yeah.
that can support that coming in. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not economical. No, knives are not an economical. Nothing that I have that I can see here is economical. Right now, I just have, you know, I guess this is my,
Oh yes, that's a cool one.
yeah, it's all right. I've had it for a while. It's a chisel grind.
That's the Pagan, right?
Yeah, chisel grinds kind of suck. I don't really like them that much. They're just not, they just don't, you know, cut like a regular blade, at least in my, you know, for what I do. So,
But if you want to sharpen them with a rock in the field,
right, your $400 switchblade.
yes.
It's the, you know, the thing is when you use it on the sharp maker, the blade stock is like, it's not super thick, so you wind up scratching on the 40-degree thing, like, so it's, you know, it's one of those things that's not really friendly to that. And I don't know why you'd carry, I don't know why you would carry a switchblade other than like to fidget with.
Yeah.
That's what they're for, right? They're not for scariness, they're for fidgeting. They're adult toys. Yeah.
Right on. What options did you get on the Deadlock? You going carbon fiber and
I'm pretty sure marbled is what I got. It's been a while, but marbled, dagger,
single edge?
no, double edge. Yeah.
Double edge.
And what is the other option? Flamed. It's flamed. That's the full $1,300. I didn't get any special stuff other than it had to be a dagger and it had to be flamed.
Yeah, I agree with that. Flame finish they do is really awesome on those knives.
Yeah. They have that bead blasted finish now. It looks pretty cool, but
It does.
without seeing it in my hand, like I know, like I have marbled carbon fiber. Although I think I've waffled back and forth, and I'm like, maybe I should have just got regular carbon fiber.
I think you did good with the marble, man.
Yeah,
I'm partial to marble carbon fiber myself.
I think I have one knife with marbled. It's that mass drop knife that I have somewhere around here that I never reviewed. It's somewhere.
I feel so many knives get lost that you forget to review or test or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Orca is what it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a cool knife.
Yeah, I think it's.
It's a disappointing knife. Come on.
Your finger gets pinched in the lock area in the carbon fiber.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like I felt that. I'm like, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just it's kind of weird for a $300 knife. Like I feel like that should have been addressed somehow. You know, I have a lot of
for the size of that knife, the grip area feels tiny.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a big knife. You're right.
No, it feels odd when you use it.
Yeah, I don't use it very much.
What's the blade length on that thing?
3.5.
3.5. What's the handle length?
I don't know if I have it over here or not. I want to say it's like. I have a book. Hold on.
I think it's under 8 inches open, actually.
This is my measurements book where I write down all this stuff and convert it. I think
Nice.
I planned on the Manly Wasp.
Oh yes.
Yeah, remember? That's in there. Mastrop Orca grip 385. Yeah, it feels right. It's like it's over 3.5, but
Not by my.
yeah, but it's got a weird, curve to it.
Hey.
Anybody else have anything new?
Well, I guess if after 3 months getting a new Delica ZDP is new.
That's new.
That is new.
Hey, the Sharp by Design, we were talking about this earlier in case people that are on the stream now. This is an upcoming review in, I don't know, like 2 weeks or so, maybe less than that.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to watching that.
It's going to the bird shots next. It's a prototype.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So.
Mark's channel is probably one of the only ones that as soon as it gets an alert, I go and freaking watch it right away. You have some amazing editing, man. Like, and your scripts, the way you write them and everything, they're so funny. So really great job on that.
Thank you.
That's why when you take some hiatus, I know your videos are a lot of work, man. So
yeah,
it's not just like tabletop like how I do or whatever. Like, you really spend a lot of time, which is awesome.
So like the thing about the hiatuses is like I have to do the video a certain way. Like they don't change, and so I can't, if I don't have the time, or if I don't have like it sounds weird, but creative energy to like think of a good, like if I just were to just write a basic script and just get it done, but like if I don't have anything that I think is funny or interesting, it's hard to write. So that's kind of, I've been in a little bit of a writer's block lately, and I've just had a lot of other stuff going on, so it's kind of there, you know. I got scripts. I just started doing a few yesterday, so this is probably the next video, and then a zombie tools, which and I think I'm gonna do the switchblade too. Those are my next ones that I have started.
Very cool.
I feel the same way though. I feel like you get kind of burnt out pretty quick, especially if you're posting a lot. Have you ever felt that way, G?
No.
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 No, there's no script writing in mine. I sharpen it, I cut with it, I see how much it'll cut, I make a video about it. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I kind of get burnt out on it a little bit. That's where I'm at kind of right now. I haven't been posting as much as I'd like to. I feel guilty for not, but I mean,
me too.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna put out a shit video instead of just waiting? No.
Yeah, I mean, some people may think that they're all shit videos, but that's not, again, but you're right. I have to have certain standards, and if I don't feel like it's up to par, if it's not the same quality, at least my videos have taken over time. It's like I just don't.
Right. Definitely.
They got to be a certain way. Yeah.
I definitely respect that quite a bit. But big fan of your stuff, man. Those videos are freaking awesome. I think the first one that I ever watched was the one with the I think it was the Buck 110 lightweight or slim. That was a fucking funny video, man. That was so good.
Man, that one still gets mean comments to this day. Like,
yeah,
there was this comment that rolled in. Like, and the thing is like I follow all my comments. Like, I read everyone. Yep. I don't respond to every one of them, but like one came through today that was like, oh yeah, here it is. It's right here at the top. If you hate Buck so much, why do you even bother? Like, I'm sorry, but nowhere in that video did I say I hate Buck knives. I just thought that, the 110 is a little bit overrated of a knife. I mean, it's a nice looking knife and it's an old knife. I get it, but it's like,
yeah,
like I don't know of any other knife that's that handle heavy. And people are like, yeah, it's good. Like, if you're wrong, it's a perfect knife. I'm like, it is not a perfect knife.
Have you ever handled the auto?
No. Is it as heavy?
It's the exact same weight, and you know how when you like go to deploy an auto, how you kind of feel that thump and it kind of like pulls your hand a little bit? You don't even feel the blade come out.
Yeah.
It's just
really
it's just
like
open
smooth.
And there's nothing there.
Well, but then that's good too, though. You don't want the knife to jump out of your hand every time.
If I'm buying an auto, that's what I want.
That's subjective. I went to. That's funny because I went to the Heretic booth yesterday, and I was talking to Marfione Jr. And I held a couple of his clerics. He had those manticores there, and then his premium stuff that he was selling were these the Wraith. It's that kind of like bigger blade knife. He had a couple of them that had all the crazy materials on them. So when I grabbed the knife in my hand and I deployed it, I was expecting this thing to shoot out of my hand because of the way Marfionis usually are, Tony's knives. And it was actually quite subtle and quite soft in the way it deployed. And I actually really liked it. It was still swift. It deployed very fast. But the fact that it was not just like slamming on the stop pin or whatever else was going on, it was just like a very nice, subtle deployment. I actually kind of like that.
So, I actually had a new knife, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it's new, but it's not new. I bought another Native in Maximate.
Oh, you bought another
I
one?
bought another one. This one, it's practically brand new. I got it for like $105. Someone was selling it. So I picked that up, and that's actually going to be sent out for a regrind. I'm going to have this thing taken down to about 5,000 behind the edge. Because I didn't want to do it to my other one. That is at 69.2, because I don't really want to fuck with that one too much. But this one, we'll see what it's at eventually, but we're going to have Brian regrind this down to about 5,000. And we're going to do a cut test between this and the other one.
Nice. Are you going to send it out to get HRC tested?
Yes, 100%.
Very
Probably after I cut test it, though. That way,
Oh.
that way, you don't try and push the knife for longer than what it really does, just because it's a certain hardness. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because if you have that in the back of your mind, I feel like that can kind of play into the results. You almost like make your own results that way,
Right.
subconsciously.
Very cool.
Has anybody sold anything recently?
I have not.
I don't sell things. Sorry. I don't like I have them. I give things away to like family and friends, but I don't sell things, which I should probably.
You probably should. I would imagine your shed or your garage is filled with freaking fixed blades everywhere.
It's my
Machete
big ass
kukris.
ammo chest. Yes, I have a big ammo. No, it's a gun case. I don't know. It's an old military surplus thing. Sportsman's Guide. I got it from there. It was like shipped. It was like $40 shipped to my house, and it was this big thing that just shipped in the case.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's full of knives and stuff.
Very, very cool.
Fixed blades. Yep.
I'm about to sell a bunch.
Well, that doesn't count, Tom.
It hasn't been sold yet, but I'm about to.
About to.
I'll believe it when it happens.
So when you boys see some for sale posts on Instagram, you guys better buy my stuff.
Well, it's not going to be very many. You only have like 16 knives.
That's not very many, he says. Listen, G,
Yeah.
I can only carry one at a time. I carry them for a couple weeks at a time, so a couple weeks times 16, that's most of the year.
Well,
What
I don't
about-
know. The only thing I sold lately was my bare knuckle while I was on my way up to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to sell a Sage 2 here soon. My Real Steel Metamorph is probably going to go. There's a couple others too. A couple of the cheapies I'm just going to kind of throw up as auction pieces for the testing project and see how much we can get out of them.
Very nice.
Because I ain't going to make shit off of them by the time you ship them.
So I'm not sure if Steve is going to show up, but there's one thing that I know Steve wants me to tell Mark.
Mm-hmm.
He's obsessed with your little blue lines. He loves your little blue lines.
He talks about the blue lines all the time. He's the blue
Yeah.
line.
He's like, I'm going to talk to him about the blue lines. And, we want more of those blue lines.
The
Don't
blue
you dare ever
lines.
stop the blue lines.
One day they're going to be changed. I'm going to change them to green.
And Steve will cry that entire day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he will. He'll cry himself to sleep.
He will be so hurt.
I just have like this template that I copy and paste in Final Cut Pro on every one of them, and they're blue. And I'm like, blue worked, like it showed up the best, like on the neutral backgrounds,
Right.
and it just stuck.
What
Yeah.
you need to do is you need to sneak one in for Steve, like up in like the top corner or something. It says Steve's ego, and it's like really big. Just way up in the corner, out of the way. Yeah. Flash
I
it
could.
for like 4 or 5 frames, so it's like
Oh
barely
yeah.
there.
Man,
would
Yeah,
be funny.
the subliminal flames
Yep.
or flames, subliminal frames.
And knowing Steve, how technologically unadvanced he is, I don't think he'd be able to figure out how to go back and pause it at the correct time.
I think I've done a frame or two gag in a video before. I don't remember what one, but I think it was a light video. Like it just flashed for like half a second,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody ever picked up on it.
It used to be funnier when you did that when YouTube didn't have like the whole half speed, quarter speed thing, because then you'd have people going back trying to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can just put it at quarter speed and people can get it pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, what do we got for our
Whoa.
knives?
That's exactly what I was pulling up right now.
Read your damn mind.
All right. So everybody, this is the segment when we're gonna talk about some knives that have been coming out. So basically the way it works is I go through, like, I got money in my pocket, I'm shopping for knives, I'm going through different knife stores, and anything that kind of catches my eye, good or bad.
But you don't really do that.
Any knives that catches my eye, good or bad, I just kind of bring it up. So I was on Big Red EDC's Saturday Night Live yesterday, and I saw this knife that he flipped out, and I thought it was kind of cool. It's called the Kaiser Pinkerton Fire Ant. You guys seen that one yet?
I don't think I have.
I think I've seen people talk about it.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. Very simple, not very expensive. I mean, it's a Kaiser, you know. It's just a good old basic Wharncliffe kind of knife.
You know, it'd be great if Blade HQ could use a background color other than white with all the silver knives.
Yes.
Hold up. I feel like I have seen this knife before, though.
Is there something weird about the lock, or is it like a different lock, or I don't remember. I saw people talking about it, but the fire ant, and I thought there was something unusual about its lockup or something. Is it a front flipper?
No, it is a thumb stud. And then if you click on Tom's screen, you can lock into his screen, and you can see kind of what he's showing. So it's got some jimping.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So that is, I think you're thinking of the ant lock. The
Oh,
one-
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. You're right. Thanks. All right, cool.
Yeah. That one, that is a pretty interesting knife too.
What is that on? What knife is?
Real steel.
Yeah, that's it. Real steel.
Yeah. So there it is, another
Different looking.
Pinkerton design Kaiser S35 VN steel for $120. Thought that was kind of interesting. I saw a Big Red flipping it up and down. Looked like it had a pretty decent action on it. What are you guys' overall thoughts on this tiny little guy?
It looks like a Kaiser.
Yes, and I really know what you mean by that.
I don't know, man. A lot of the Kaiser stuff just doesn't stand out to me.
Yeah, I think I'd pass on this one too.
It's all the same finishing and everything.
It's a little bit vanilla, you know, but it looks like it's relatively thin. You know, I mean, S35 EN for $120
It's not
on
bad.
a.
Yeah, but they don't do it well.
Well,
Hey, listen, G. It's all about those letters and numbers on the blade. That's all that matters.
yes, chemical composition only.
I'm allergic to fire ants, so maybe that's it. Like I get bit by like 6 of them, and my hands start to seize up. Florida. I found out when I lived there. One time it was night, and I was standing in an ant pile, and it's
Oh.
it's weird. Like they're so tiny and they don't even hurt, but they'll
Oh
kill
yeah,
me.
and like 80 of them crawl on you, and then they all bite you at once.
If 80 of them bit me, I would die. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I get bit by less than 10 of them, and like, I feel like somebody's like sitting on my chest. Like, it's so.
That's
you know.
brutal.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Yup.
I wonder what would happen if you ate the chocolate covered ones.
I don't know. Are they
I
I die?
think they
That's
wrote.
fine. That's fine. It's chocolate, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the
I've been
chocolate
so
one-
overloaded on Halloween candy too.
Oh yeah,
The kids, and
Yeah.
then they have it at the office, and I just make multiple trips up there every day to eat chocolate.
very nice.
What we got next, Alex?
All right, next knife. So the next knife that I have picked out is another Kaiser. It is the Kaiser Vanguard. What do they call it? The Pinch. Just click on the Mike Carter one.
Yeah.
There we go. So a lot of people have been raving about this little thing. I don't buy Kaisers.
Paul said advanced EpiPen, bro.
Yeah, I have like 2 expired ones somewhere, which doesn't really do a lot of good, does it? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you guys are listening in and you guys have questions for Mark, just go ahead and put them in there in the Twitch, and we'll gladly read them off.
Yeah, we'll sprinkle them in throughout. I kind of dig this, Alex.
I dig it too.
It's different.
Yep. I like I like it just because of the micarta and the blood groove.
The blood groove.
The blood groove.
It's for blood only.
It's the groove that blood comes out of
Yes.
when you stab someone and twist.
Yes.
Well, I have a knife to talk about if we want to talk about the blood groove.
The blood.
It's a new one. I will bring it up after this one. I kind of like this though. It's really basic, really, I don't know, neutral.
The only thing I don't particularly like is the clip.
Yeah.
You're right.
The
Kind of
clip is
janky.
ugly.
Yeah, it is.
But other than that, it looks pretty cool, and it's. I guess that fuller is the thing that the only way of you being able to deploy the knife, because I don't see a flipper tab, I don't see a front flipper, I don't see nothing else.
Yeah, it's just a slip joint.
It's a slip joint, right? Oh yeah,
Hence the pinch.
N690 steel, not bad stuff.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, that slip joint craze is really going on. It's coming back pretty hot right now. I can tell. I mean, it's been going on, but the modern traditional slip joints. I've seen Three Rivers is doing it. A lot of makers are kind of getting into that slip joint market. I mean, heck, you're even pulling this up. You got the Hinder XM18 in a slip joint now. You know.
True. Namaste TX wants to ask, what's Mark's day job?
My day job, it is like a video teleconferencing and sort of IT related stuff. It used to be professional audio video, like live shows, but kind of since I've been out here, I've been doing slightly different stuff. So
Nice.
tech, internet, video stuff.
That would explain why the videos are so good.
That's what I mean. It's not like what I do for my job, but like it helps me, you know. Like I use similar skills,
Right.
the microphones and all the shit I have connected here.
This is what I wanted to bring up about the blood groove.
Oh,
This
I
is-
knew you were going to bring that
This
up.
is the
I
new
knew you were going to bring that
DLT
up.
exclusive, the Fullard Spear Point.
So that's cool, but it's just a XM18.
Yeah, it's an XM18, slightly different blade shape with a fuller.
Is it really like to the point where Hinder has nothing else better to do than just add a fuller to sell another knife?
Pretty much. Although they altered the blade shape on this one a little bit. It has that swedge that the Spear Point doesn't normally have.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's kind of
I
different.
like. I did notice it. It is cool. I'm not gonna lie. But it's an XM18 nonetheless.
Yeah. I'm
You
kind of
guys ready
itching.
for?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say no. Go ahead.
I was
Before
gonna say
drop this,
I'm kind of itching to get another XM18. Unfortunately.
But with this 3-inch with the choil, what you got 2.5 inches of cutting length?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more, but not much.
A little bit more, but not much.
No.
What do you think, Mark?
unpopular opinion. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Yes.
I think hinderers are ugly. I don't like them. Like I reviewed them a few years ago. Somebody sent me a few of them, and they're like well made, but they weren't really that great of a knife back then. And I know that they've upgraded the pivot, and now it's like other cheap knives that have great pivots, but
Yes.
they've never really done anything for me. And I apologize to everybody that's pissed off about that, but I will never buy one.
I've been very public in my hatred for Hinderer.
I don't have anything against the guy himself. I just think that they're ugly knives.
Oh, I do. But we've talked about that enough.
Yeah, we've pounded on Hinderer quite a
We've
bit
beaten
on
that to
that.
death. I do have a viewer and a listener of the podcast sending me an XM18 skinny 3.5 inch to try, and he said he's gonna try and convert me back over to the dark side.
Yeah, it sounds like you're converting yourself already back to the dark side.
I love the
Good luck.
designs. I can't
Yeah,
help it.
Yes, Steve loves Hinderers.
The designs are so good. But I don't know. And now that they got the 3-inch Eclipse, I really like that. That'd be one I wouldn't mind trying, but I need more variations because all the variations right now are just junk. There's no cool variants of it.
I'm just getting. I mean, I like the XM myself. You know, I like my little green 3-inch one I have with no choil. But you know, in all honesty, I'm getting bored. Like every time I look at a Hinderer, it's like, you know, where's the excitement? It's not exciting to me at all anymore. And the clips that you're showing right now, I think the ZT0392 was a way better interpretation of that knife.
I could see that.
You know, that's what the 0392 was based off of was the Eclipse. You know, but I mean, I don't know. I guess everything's subjective, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting on cooler variants of these, and I might pick one up. The price is right for $375.
Yeah,
They're not.
it's not.
It's not $425 like the 3-inch XM18.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next knife you got, Alex?
You can stay on DLT for this one
All right.
if you want. Okay. Oh man, I've been dying to talk about this one. The ZT0055 BLK.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah.
The 55.
I know you did a video on that thing.
Yeah, it was like the 55. Oh, yeah. The robot penis.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. And they they made it even more robotic now.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just gotta find it. I don't think DLT doesn't have it.
Maybe go on. Let's put 0055 BLK. Find it. Man, I've beaten this to death.
That's the 550. God damn it.
You have to put 2 zeros, buddy.
Yeah, I noticed that. Damn
So,
ZT and their numbering.
so ZT again is re-releasing old shit.
Oh, you mean the
and-
knives that they just discontinued last year?
Yeah. And they were like on sale for like 150, 160 bucks, and they still couldn't sell them. And not only that, they gave it a robot penis pattern. And
They made it uglier. Congratulations.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I cannot believe that they did this. So I mentioned it before. Whoever's doing the marketing and designs for ZT needs to get fired, because they're not reaching out to any new makers, not doing anything new. What new models have they come out with this year?
The 223, the 22.
What's the one with the holes in the blade?
That's the
ones that looks
223.
Yeah, the army one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
223
Yeah,
and the 22, I think, are the only new ones this year.
and they're both shit.
Yes. One's really small. The other one is just a turd.
Yes.
Is a small one that like tiny, like 1-inch blade thing?
It's like an inch and 3/4, I think.
Yep. That's
That's
the
so
one.
stupid.
It is.
Buy
Yeah.
a box knife.
And then they're giving them firearm caliber names, 22, 223. It's like, come on.
Yeah, yeah, not clever whatsoever.
Nope.
So, I don't know, man. And what is this pattern? Like, what is the theme here? Like, I'm not really getting it. Are you guys figuring out like some
Lines.
lines? They're white lines.
Our theme is lines. Yeah.
This is like one of those tests that they hold up like the ink blots, and it's like, what do you see?
Mhm.
That's what this is. So what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see something in there, but I just can't. And the only thing I can say the lines do for the knife is they distract you from the ugly knife.
It brings me right to the ugly pivot.
I go straight to those lines, and I'm like, what in the world?
I like that bump in the middle that really kills the functionality of the edge of the knife.
Yep.
Yes.
Like I just another thing I hate, like compound grinds like that. Like
Yep.
just to do them, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just like a more classic blade shape on a knife.
Yeah, I'm not a
But-
big fan of compound grinds either, usually. I like them on showy knives.
Yeah.
But I mean, for something you're really going to use, I don't think they make a whole lot of sense.
No.
No.
I get like the idea behind it, you know, but it's
Imagine if all your kitchen knives had compound grinds.
yeah. You're trying to butcher a chicken with
Yeah.
Don't give these companies any ideas, Mark. Next thing you know,
Can you
there's
imagine?
going to be compound grind kitchen knives in every gun store in America.
There's gonna be a block on your kitchen, like on your counter right now, that has just knives that you can't actually use, but it's like people's pocket knives where we don't use them. It's gonna be a block of knives that have no functionality at all. They're gonna have compound grinds and super steels that nobody uses. Jeweled. Things are gonna be jeweled.
yeah.
Cracked
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
finishes on the handles.
Can I use one? No, not those knives.
Oh. Are you guys ready to move on to the next one, or
Yep.
Yeah. Let's
there's
do
not
it.
much to say about this one?
No.
So the next one I picked out was a slip joint. Let's talk about the Chris Reeves Impala.
Impinda?
Impinda, whatever. You know what I meant.
Yeah. I was just looking at these today.
That Harsey design slip joint.
Yeah, buddy.
I've heard people on both sides of the fence on this.
What is it with
Think it-
every knife company picking white backgrounds? Come on. This doesn't even look like it has a blade. Because of the white background.
Go down the picture of the guy holding it.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. It's a pretty beefy slip joint. So I'm gonna let you guys start talking about it. I'll be right back. I just gotta go check on my little one.
I dig it. It's been something I've been interested in, but not for $450.
Yeah, not for 450.
For that price, I'm going to buy an actual Savenza or something. Something with an actual lock.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean, as far as like the expensive production knives that are American made, I think Chris Reeve to me have the best looking ones.
Mhm.
But there's I'm talking like Hinderer and who's the other guy?
Strider.
Yeah. Not really a fan of those either. I know that I know Super Steel Steve. I know he likes them, right?
He doesn't like Strider. He has a,
He
he has
doesn't-
a beef with Strider.
Does he like the knives though? I thought I've seen.
No.
Oh no, he doesn't like
Not the
knives.
Strider.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I apologize for that.
At least I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he sold all of his Striders because they had massive lock stick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just think, Chris Reeve makes nice looking knives. They're kind of boring and they're a little out of my price range, but
This one's kind of cool because I don't know if you... I guess if you haven't looked into it a whole bunch, it's got the two different strengths, so it's like easier to open, I think it was, and then it's like twice as hard to close. So the spring is actually different strength depending on if you're opening it or closing it. which is kind of weird. I'm not sure how they did it. I know that when they unveiled it at Blade Show, I think it was last year, they had a clear see-through one that you can actually see how it works.
I think I prefer the other way. Like,
Yeah.
I have a slip joint that's super hard to close, and that's the part that bites me, not the opening part.
Gotcha.
Like I would prefer it slightly easier to close, because I mean I don't know why. When you're cutting, you're pushing. So like, if you're using a knife correctly, it shouldn't close if you're using a slip joint.
True.
I agree with that. So here's
Like,
my thing on this knife. Why not just make it a locking knife? If this was a locking knife, I think it would be much more compelling to me to buy it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I would have bought it if they made this a locking knife for sure.
Give me this as a frame lock.
It would be a whole new, fresh look for Chris Reeve. You know, it wouldn't be like the typical Sebenza, but instead they did the 31, right? But if this were made into a nice locking knife, you know, it'd just be like something fresh. And I think a lot of Chris Reeve, I mean, I know they have their following for their Sebenzas and stuff and the Inkose, but the Inkose and the Sebenza are really not that different of a knife. I mean, they kind of are, but not really.
Right.
Yeah, they're very similar.
So when you come out with something more sleek like this, and it was a locking knife, I think it'd be much more impressive, you know. I think this was Tim's first project when he was taking over the company, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, even a backlock would have been cool. That was a good idea, Paul.
Yep, a backlock would have been a great idea, actually.
So have you seen, so I saw this for the first time today. The pivot, like if you look at it on this side, it looks like if you try to take it apart, it'd be free spinning. There's actually like a little lip on the titanium inside where that catches on the pivot so it can't free spin, which is really, really cool.
That is cool.
The picture was awesome. I don't know. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just going to be a pain in the ass to take apart.
Well, and that's the other cool part, too. It's a slip joint you can take apart, you know, versus the traditionals. You just kind of got to squeeze oil in there and just work them back and forth to clean them out. That's kind of the cool aspect of it. I'm kind of wondering how they get that pocket clip with one screw. Oh, shit. All hell's about to break loose.
What'd you mean, Alex, about the pocket clip?
So what I was wondering is how they secure it with one screw. I'm assuming there's a tab in there.
Yeah, it's recessed into the titanium, and then they screw it in.
Oh,
see how
I
it
see
has
it.
that pocket?
Yeah. I
Just
see
like
it
the Sebenza.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What's up, Steve?
What's
Sup?
up? Where are the blue lines?
There it is.
There we go. I knew that was coming.
Wait, hold on.
Blue
Oh,
line.
man.
Yes, there we are. Blue line.
Oh, look, hold on.
Blue. Stop the comparison. I brought out my Leatherman rebar just for you, Mark.
I have one of those in the garage somewhere.
I brought it out just for you. I'll keep it right here.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, we're going through costumes right now. Hold on. So what's up?
So, Steve, you're in your late as usual.
I try. At least I'm consistent.
It's like a hip hop concert.
I'm consistent.
So we were talking about knives, some of the models, and you want to share your thoughts on the however you say that?
Impenda, whatever it was.
The Impinda.
It's a Slippy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it looks like a Chris Reeve Slippy.
Now, I was saying that I think it would have been more compelling if it was a locking knife, because it would have been kind of a new look for Chris Reeves. You know what I'm saying?
You got that Menandi, right? Isn't that a Slippy too?
No,
Mhm.
that's a frame lock.
Yeah, that one.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, that one locks.
Oh yeah, I mean it's I don't know. It's a traditional. So when you know Chris Reeves' aesthetic is very simple, and which is cool when you're talking about a frame lock. But when I don't know, it just looks. It's meh. I don't know. It's like yeah. If it was a locking knife, it'd be cooler. I don't know. It's just kind of It's a traditional. It's simple, and then it's just like there's nothing really Chris Reeve about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, and then Paul brought up on Twitch that it'd have been much better as a lockback. And I actually think that's genius.
Chris Reeve lockback. What would that look like? Ooh.
Badass.
Huh?
It'd be badass, is what it would be.
If you say so.
See, if I'm gonna buy a small knife from Chris Reeve for $450, it's gonna be an Nandi. It's not gonna be the Impinda because it's like the same size. Maybe a touch smaller.
No, it's way smaller, Tom.
Is
it's
it?
The Menandi is
your hands compared to my hands. It's much smaller.
The Menandi's pretty small. I think I've held one.
Yeah, the Menandi is about the size of my trapper, Tom. It's tiny.
3.13 inch blade.
I think Nick Shabazz, whenever
2 3/4.
he and I did a meetup, I think brought one of those.
Yeah.
1/4 inch shorter.
The Nick Shabazz. Nick Shabazz really likes that Menandi.
Yeah, he brought a bunch of stuff with him, and that was one. That's locks. Maybe I was totally forgot.
Yep.
I thought it's a frame or liner or frame.
Technically it's frame lock because this is just the inlay.
Yeah, okay. Does Chris Reeve only have one slip joint? I swear there was more than one.
Nope, just the one.
Oh, okay. Huh.
He's like, meh, he's got one.
Yeah.
Boom, Chris Reeve flip joints. Here's the Chris Reeve locking knives.
What do you got
Cheers.
next, Alex?
Let's go with the. I'm saving the best for last. I got one that will have. Okay. Okay, go to Knife Center.
I got one I want to talk about too before we end it.
No, yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
We're gonna do this one next.
All
All right. Put in. Oh man, I don't want to give it away until the picture comes up. Go spell Kogi. Thrower. Kogi.
Oh, KOGI.
What kind of OTF do you have, Mr. Nitro?
The chaos.
The
What's it called?
No, I was just looking at Cold Steel.
Thrower?
Oh, yes. The cold
Thrower.
Thrower.
Yeah, just search that. Yes.
What in the fuck?
Look who showed back up on the knife scene, guys.
Quartermaster.
Master.
Yay!
You
Jesus.
put that on the end of your spear that you're making?
Yes.
When I fashion a spear.
When I'm filming an episode of Naked and Afraid, that is what I'm taking with me.
I strap it around my cock and I swing it. That's what I do. The cock spear.
Steve, we're supposed to ask you if you like Striders.
Do you like Striders? Did you ever?
No.
Never.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Because
right. dude.
frankly, I remember you owning like 3 at one
Too.
time.
Okay, actually, I've only owned 2 ever.
Okay, you own them both at the same time though.
I don't like the knife, but I've owned 2 of them.
Hold on. Right. Yeah. Okay,
Listen,
look,
I don't like Hinderer, but I've owned 3.
Okay. Look, I bought an SMF. I bought an SMF, or I traded for an SMF for that test, right?
Mhm.
Then I went and got, because it was a piece of shit, all the fucking Strider nut huggers told me, oh, the new ones are so much better. Yours is an old. So I bought Kenny's SMG. I bought Kenny's new SMG to behold the cock that is Strider and worship how wonderful it was. And that thing was a bigger piece of shit than the SMF that I had. So I traded it for that carbon fiber 21 in like a week and a half. Fuck those knives. Piece of shit.
Do you still have the carbon fiber?
Huh?
Do you still have the carbon fiber 21?
No. I sold that to Sharp Thinking Elliot. I didn't like it. It's so light. It's like super light. It's like a bug out.
Oh, is it you talking about carbon fiber on both sides?
No, it was just one side. No, it was one side.
You think it's this bug out's like 1.8 ounces. This feels
Technicalities. I'm sorry. When you don't have blue lines, I don't know how serious you're going to be. it felt like a bug out. It was, I'm sure, not nearly as light as a bug out, but it felt very light and not Chris Reevish. The only other Chris Reeve I owned before that was a 25.
Oh, that's what they like about Chris Reeve is they're heavy. It's
It's
made all out of titanium. Wow, everything's made out of titanium, like everything else today.
It's like a nice dick. It feels good in the hand. You know what I mean?
So like I'm the opposite. Like I would never pay $450 for a knife that weighed like 4 ounces, 5 ounces, like, or what are they, 5.5 or something like that?
Somewhat, I don't know. Somewhere
Yeah, it's too heavy for me for something that I want to use.
more than a bug out.
Yeah, like a lot more than a bug out.
Like a lot more than a bug out.
I don't know. There's a big difference between 1.8 ounces and like almost 4.
Is that real? So can you really feel that when you're walking around?
It depends. So like I used to carry these in a suit jacket.
Yeah.
And so whenever you have it in a suit jacket, they hit your tit.
Teat rub? Oh, you're having teat fatigue.
No, I'm not. I'm talking like heavier knives than that, but like in your pocket, yeah, you can feel them.
See, I don't get.
Like when I go from 3.5 ounces to like 5.5 ounces, I wouldn't carry a 5.5 ounce knife with any regularity.
What? With all the Cold Steel videos, I feel like you would carry a 5.5 ounce. Maybe just carry pocket close
like
to the top.
no, for work and stuff like that. When like if I'm outdoors, but like most of the time I'm at work, I used to carry light knives.
Really? Not like a nice big old 5.5 ouncer, just like kind of like in the pocket, like kind of close to the top, kind of like one of this.
I used to wear suits to work, and like if I pull out like a Cold Steel, whatever.
Espada. A Cold Steel Espada.
Yeah. I have a knife that's in a sweet spot, and like all of my most carried knives are like,
Ganzos.
like that.
The sweet spot.
Yeah, under 4 ounces. That's my cutoff.
Under 4. AKB is one of the 4 ounce and under guys. I don't know. See, I wear really light chef pants, and it never bothers me at all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when they were in a breast pocket, but that's
Teeth
about it.
fatigue, though, that makes sense. Teeth fatigue is a real thing I've never had to experience. My teeth swing free, so I have no thing in my teeth. But teeth fatigue can be, I can understand why this all day. You probably have a huge welt right there.
Yeah.
All that full-time teeth action.
I don't wear a suit anymore, so it doesn't factor in, but
teeth fatigue. I can respect the teeth fatigue. Are you drinking a Pabst? What was that? Or is it a Zima? Oh, Dale's Pale Ale. That's a great beer. Their 1050 is great, and their the red ale, the Scotch ale they got. What the hell is it called? Really good.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I got a variety pack in the fridge.
Super tasty.
Yep.
All right, Alex, you got another one for us?
We haven't even talked about the Quartermaster, man.
Shit. Yeah,
the ninja skill.
What else? What is there to talk about the Quartermaster? It's a $400 Ganzo. Who cares?
How much are they again?
$115 for 3.
Doesn't Cold Steel do like 50 variations on that for like $10?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the throwing knife spear shit.
And they're both made out of the same Chinese factory.
So, that's the thing that cracks me up is that these guys have been MIA for, I don't know, you guys correct me, but years?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm looking on Knife Center and I see this. I'm like, what in the fuck is that?
What's the steel?
Do my eyes deceive me?
Q Steel.
It's stainless steel. That
Like my medical instruments are made out of.
Yeah, $115 mystery.
Yes. You're paying $115 for that sweet leather fucking
The tip is
sheath.
just sharp enough to stick into the target. It says.
Well,
That's his actual description.
Yes. It
What's
says the edges are unsharpened to prevent injury while practicing, while the tip is just sharp enough to stick into the target.
Just the tip.
It's useless.
So that was the other part. It's not even fucking sharpened.
Hey, look, it's made in the USA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
out of pop
If
cans.
it comes unsharpened, it's probably from the Spyderco factory.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, get at me, Sal.
Wow, that was.
Unsharpened Spyderco throwing knives under the guise of Quartermaster.
Is that their Texas tea finish?
It is. You mean blackwash?
No, they're Texas tea.
I know. That's what they call it. Texas
Because
tea.
they're made in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, they made in Texas. Yeah,
And they dip them in tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, shut up.
it's a whiskey wash.
In
I
the
actually,
Shenzhen province of Texas.
I actually still own a Quartermaster. I have one of their Karambits.
Can you send me it to test?
Yes. I could definitely send it to you for toughness testing.
Yes. With,
I don't know.
with-
I can fucking sell the thing, and then
That
I
won't,
gave mine away.
that won't return in one box. Or in
I
one
will
piece.
actually.
then I'll send it to AKB, and then he'll do some batoning with it,
Yes,
Yep.
like a log.
I will actually tell you. It's actually a pretty decent Karambit. That one that I bought from them. It's not bad.
Stop. Just stop. You're losing all your knife guy credibility as you can stop.
It's a nice wee knife.
This is Alex. This is Alex. Buys a Pena for $850. Says Quartermaster is nice.
Yeah, like stop. Just stop. You're not. No, you're in timeout right now. You're not allowed to say anything for the next time. Hey, AKB, did GC really fix that bull buster or whatever that you snapped in half?
Did they fix it? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Like free of charge?
Yeah, you just like all that was broken was the I'm like pointing at the microphone like the microphone's gonna see it. All it was just the brass pin there.
Yeah, the pin. Yeah, they fixed it.
I just sent it to. I said I have a knife and the pin broke. Can you fix it? And they said, sure. Just send it in to us.
I wish I could. I want to see them pull it out of the box. Like, what the fuck happened to this thing?
I didn't say it. It's broken. Do you cover this? And they said yes, they do.
Wow.
The rest of the knife wasn't screwed up. It like you couldn't tell that that's what the problem was.
Of course
So,
not.
hey, like the whole part of like people like what like why do you do stupid stuff? It's just like it's part of the thing. Like if I didn't do stupid stuff, I wouldn't have broken the knife and I wouldn't have sent it in. And people don't know how like warranties work sometimes. So
There you go.
and I've had several warranty claims within videos. I think so. It's part of it. It's part of it is the customer service process.
Here's the question: has any of them said, "What the fuck did you do to this knife? I saw your video. I know what you did."
No, there was a Kershaw that I broke one time, and then I sent them the. I don't remember it. I broke it. It was supposed to like they sent it to me for review, so I broke it, and I'm like not going to say that I didn't break it. and they're like, oh okay, and I never heard from them again, which is fine. Like I've had flaky customers. Like I don't like if I never review another Kershaw or Zero Tolerance again. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they don't like those knives. Like don't really do a whole lot for me anyway. I just don't really see. Like you were saying, they two models last year or this year, whatever we are on.
Right. Yeah, I don't think ZT's been coming out with anything good for the last at least 3 or 4 years. Is the last
Yeah.
time. Like the year they came out with the 0392, that was a great knife.
Mm-hmm.
They did a couple like cool ones, like they did the 0454, which is like it was, what do you call that when they kind of put the two steels together like Legos?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2 different steels mated together anyways. They did a couple really cool knives back in the days, but I think their heyday's over. I don't know what that company is doing, and they're supposed to be representing the U.S. Production market, and they're not doing a really good job. They're getting killed by Riot and everybody else right now.
Yep.
Very disappointing. They come out with a million new Kershaw models lately. I've seen all kinds of new Kershaw stuff, and it seems like they completely lost focus on zero tolerance.
I haven't paid attention to any of those. Like, they don't really.
There's nothing really for you to pay attention to. You're not missing out on anything. But yeah. So, you ready for the next knife, buddy?
Yep.
You sure you don't want to talk about the Quartermaster anymore?
I do. Go back to the damn Quartermaster. Go back.
I mean, it's a really sweet knife.
One second, guys. I think I may have to go soon.
Okay.
Sure.
My family's back, and I hear the kids screaming outside. Like I just hear them, like they're like waiting to come in.
Invite them in, man. We'll have them on the podcast too, man.
I mean, I probably got another like 10 minutes, but you may hear a lot of background noise. Just so you know.
So if we're gonna do that, then let's go ahead and do our little interview with Mark. All right. So the Advanced Knife Pro. How did you come up with that name?
A user called me advanced. Like, look at this Advanced Knife Pro, and like, because it was said tongue. It was posted tongue in cheekly, and that was like how I got it. It was a comment, and I was like, it's got to be that. It's got to be the opposite of what I am.
What was your channel name before the Advanced Knife Pro?
It was M Hanlon. It was an old one, and I didn't think about ever doing YouTube, and I just kind of got onto it with gear reviews. I didn't realize Chinese companies would just throw stuff at you, so it's a way to make content. I like making videos, and that's like kind of the main thing. But
right on.
Yep.
What made you decide to start a YouTube channel about knives and gear and stuff?
I don't know. I like I'm a, I wouldn't call myself an outdoorsman, but I like camping and grew up, hunting and fishing and stuff like that. And I do like knives and, backpacking and stuff like that. So that is why I started it. Just started making videos. I think the main thing was that I liked videos that entertained people, and a lot of people enjoyed that, and I've kind of kept it up. Some people hate it. I still get hate mail, but whatever.
I can't believe you get hate mail, man. I just don't see how people don't get it.
I got another one today. It was, let's see, what was it?
Hate comments are my favorite comments.
Let's see here.
You should have them read out the comments about me on the podcast. It's great.
Wow, you're an idiot and don't know any history of the real knife, not most of the fake copies like you're showing. Also, you sound like a robot, just saying. Also, get your history of the knife correct. That was on my Okapi review.
I guess when you have like 40,000 plus subscribers, it's kind of, you're expecting.
I actually don't get a whole lot as much. I was joking. Like, I maybe get like one a week or something.
That's
like,
that's
like, hopefully people get it, like when they start watching the video, like, oh, I really shouldn't be taking this seriously.
Right.
So, kind of weeds people out.
Just so smug. That's what it is.
Smug. He's just so smug. Punch him.
So I know you review more than just knives. You review beer, you review folders, multi-tools, fixed blades, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go down the list. What's your favorite beer, man?
Dale's is one of my favorite. I like PBR. I think when people watch my beer reviews, sometimes people take them seriously, and they should not be taken seriously at all. They're just an excuse for me to make a bunch of beer and alcoholic jokes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what they are.
Wait, you don't really feel that way about Zima? Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
No, that's how I feel about Zima. I literally, so that review, I drank like this much out of one bottle.
Ooh,
like, I had a coworker that was like, I'm like, hey man, I was like, I can't even get past through one bottle. He goes, I'll take them. I'm like, and he drank it. They're just gross. They're disgusting. I like, you know, it was all fake. I really wasn't hungover in a pool of dirty water.
All right.
So like, yeah, PBR is one of, and I like Belgian beers. I really liked Belgian beers that are corked.
Yeah.
Like if it's weird and it looks like it's handmade, that's the kind of beer I like.
Heard.
Got shit floating in the bottom of it.
That's the best. The little dingleberries in the bottom was my fave.
Like a BJ's restaurant blonde.
Yeah, you know, like I'm talking even more than that, where it just looks like there's mud in the bottom of the bottles.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but I've never heard of it before. I'll try it. I just like, you know, adventurous beers.
Paul wants to know when we can expect a White Claw review.
I only learned about White Claw like a few weeks ago. Like I've seen White Claw and I'm like, what's White Claw? It's like, it sounds like some sort of fizzy water. And I realized that
That's exactly
there was
what
like
it is.
but there was a video. It's like the new Zima, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Straight off ice.
So, Mark, do you at least know that there ain't no laws when you're drinking claws?
I've seen that video. Yeah, I did. That's like I realized that there was like a whole, you know, group of people that have been hating on this for a while, and I'm like, oh, I'm missing out.
You're
Like, I'm
damn,
still
I should really
hating
get in
on
on this.
Zimas.
I should get in and make some money on this.
Well, now we're expecting a White Claw video.
It's the new hot shit.
The only thing I gotta ask you is why haven't you done a wine in box video yet?
It's a good question. Box wine. I don't know. Like I should get on it. There's a lot of things I want to do. I've thought about doing video game reviews, box wine reviews. Not box wine reviews. That's actually the first time.
Box wine and White Claw. That's on your list, man. Write it down.
You should create a second channel.
Beach socialite now.
You should create a second channel where you just review all sorts of random shit.
Yeah, that's what that's kind of like what I would like to do. You know.
Well, I know.
I feel like there's an obligation to take things seriously sometimes when I really don't feel like it.
Well, I know he did a really fun video on the beer fridge. That was a pretty cool one.
Oh yeah, it's unplugged right now because of California power prices. It's in the back room.
Welcome to California.
Yeah, like I just like I don't need that because we got a regular size fridge in there. It's not Virginia anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you end up doing a White Claw review, Paul wants his 5% royalty from that.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Big money.
What's your favorite folding knife? What's your
folder?
Gray and Dura.
That was my first one. My favorite folder. Shit. I don't know. It's like it changes. Like I think my favorite folder right now is still my Hawk.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice.
It's I get it's like it's not like a perfect knife or anything, but I don't know. I like it for some reason. Like it's hard to explain why you like a knife.
Sometimes. Well, I can understand why you like that knife for more than one reason. It's an incredible knife.
Yeah. So looking forward to the deadlock.
Quartermaster, whatever, bro.
Quartermaster.
For the next hour with that
Quartermaster throwing knives.
I don't know why I like it. I don't know why the Quartermaster is my favorite, but it is. Okay.
It is. It's something about it.
And if you guys haven't seen, Advanced Knife Pro has done some Quartermaster knife reviews.
Yes.
Somebody traded me something for that. I don't remember who did.
Wait,
I got in a trade.
You too.
I didn't know anything about the knife. I had to search for I found the threads and spent like a whole several hours reading about Quartermaster.
So what is your favorite fixed blade? I'm gonna say it's Zombie Tools. I just wanted to guess.
Zombie Tools makes a really good one. I like Essie's. I like Essie's warranty. I don't know if they. Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're always easy to deal with. Probably an Essie. Essie.
Okay, good choice.
Something.
1095 carbon steel is awesome.
Yeah, carbon steel fixed blades are. I don't know. I just don't ever mix it up and get the high end shit because
Why?
You're supposed to use a fixed blade, and it's supposed to be carbon steel. I don't know why people want to spend
Because Uncle Randy said
$600. Because Uncle Randy said so.
Yep.
They're carbon steel, and you're supposed to beat on them and sharpen them.
Yep. How about favorite multi-tool?
Leatherman Wave.
Yes.
Have you tried the Freeze yet?
Yeah, the free P4, and I haven't tried any since because they all look like they suck.
What'd
The
you
rest
think
of them.
about the Free?
It's like too expensive and they suck.
It's different.
It's different and it's just like I don't like it's not bad. It's just it's not better than the Wave. The Wave wins in like utility, and I don't know. I wouldn't do any. I don't know why they had. I guess companies, in order to sell things, have to
Innovate.
create new models, and innovate is like I think all the good multi tools and knives have already been made, so they just have to sell the same shit to us, and.
Yeah.
At some point, the people that buy knives are their main customers, like that buy knives regularly, and that's at some point, those companies have to do that. Other than Chris Reeve, apparently.
Do you know why they only have a 25-year warranty?
Yeah, I remember reading that it was because they just needed to come up with something to set themselves apart.
No,
Right.
It wasn't because of that. It was because so I work at a store, and our Leatherman rep has been in a couple times this year. I've talked to him. And basically, when they first came out with the first multi-tool, no one else was doing it, and they were strictly a multi-tool company, and they didn't expect to make it more than 25 years, so they made it a 25-year warranty.
Oh.
When in reality, it's actually
They're like, we're
lifetime.
gonna be out of business.
So instead of
Ye-
confusing customers, they just keep calling it 25-year warranty when it's really lifetime.
Yeah, I've sent stuff in past the thing, and they just fix it.
They don't care.
Yeah.
I just thought it was
Alright.
funny that it was such a new concept that they didn't think that they would last more than 25 years.
Yeah, well, hey, they're around and they make good stuff, so
For sure.
mostly good stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fanboy about stuff. There's reality that sets in sometimes.
Yep. 100%.
So, do your coworkers know what you do on your spare time, and are they frightened of you?
My old coworkers did, and they would watch the channel. Sometimes they would watch it while I was sitting in the office, which is
I hate that.
I don't like it either, man. I hate hearing my voice. I'm like, and I would be nice, like, do you have to do this now?
It's so
But
cringy.
my new job, I have told one person because somebody was like, oh yeah, Google AdSense, and I'm like, oh, Google AdSense, like, not many people know about like that in the real world.
Yep.
So when you hear things that you know a lot about that most people don't, you're like, oh, you want to get in? Well, how do you have Google AdSense?
You're like, shit.
And he's like, what's your channel? I'm like, yeah. I go, you don't need to see the channel. It's not something you'd be interested in. And he watched it, and but it's kind of like, it's, the business aspect of it does kind of keep me interested in it if there was no business aspect.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
It helps me afford to buy things, like I get ad revenue and I can, keep the channel afloat and not have to use my regular paycheck, which I still do anyway, but
I only
whatever.
need 350 more subs till I can start doing that.
Nice.
I can't wait to make like $8 a year.
Yeah, that's the thing. $8 a year, and you gotta diversify Patreon,
Yep.
affiliate links.
Yep.
Blade HQ.
I've thought about it. Listen,
Well,
we've bashed Blade HQ a lot on here. I think we're better off going to DLT for this.
DLT, yes, definitely.
I get Blade HQ shit. I like a lot of lately. I don't know what has been happening. Like it was off for a while, and then it's like got back up. And I don't know if DLT's I'm even part of their affiliate. I think it's like GP Knives. It's
Awesome store. I visited them in person, but actually,
yeah, they're a G in Blade HQ, and there's one other person that I do for Share a Sale, I think. But yeah,
Paul wants to know: do you play any modern PC games?
no, I have all those console games back there behind me, hooked up to my TV. I play modern console games, but I don't play online games because I don't like internet people playing games. So like, you know, you get on there and some like 12-year-old kicks your ass and
Talk shit.
Games, like, I know that like the whole thing nowadays is like people watch other people play games. When I was a kid, like, you would fight your brother to like play, and you wouldn't watch him. You'd like punch him and get into trouble for it. So yeah, man, I play like Fallout games and stuff, games with strong single player missions.
Yep.
No PC games though, because I have a stupid Mac, and you know how those are. You can do Steam on it, I guess.
Or the Mac.
Both, no.
They both suck. Yeah, exactly.
Mac is for video editing and creative stuff. It's not for like I use this computer all the time. I love my computer.
It's not
but
for fun.
It's like, you know, it's so I can hook my shit into and edit video and stuff. And unfortunately, like, if you want to edit video now and you have Adobe, like, if you have old Final Cut Pro and an old Mac, you can still edit and not have to pay a fucking monthly charge. So
I know that was so stupid when Adobe went to that.
So honestly, man, Mac is the most cost-effective, like, low-budget solution if you're still doing like in the 1080p world, like I am. So people can bash Macs all they want, but it's cheaper than some fucking Adobe Creative Suite.
Yeah. Paul also wants to know, what is your most regretted knife purchase?
Most regretted knife purchase. I don't think I've regretted any of them. I don't like all the knives I do, but it's like a journey, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like weird after I spend a lot of money on a knife, which is why I don't generally pay more than like $200 for a knife. But I don't really have any that I regret. Like, I break knives. Sometimes I have crappy customer service, but you just kind of like let it roll off, and you can't. I have too many knives for that to even somebody to like really bug me about shit, you know?
So I know your videos are very intricate in the editing and in the script writing. How much time does it take you on average to make one of your videos?
Writing is like usually like 2 to 3 hours, because I write it and then I go back and rewrite it and add things and take things out. Because like the first script usually doesn't have any jokes in it at all, and I have to go back and spice it up, because that's what the whole, you know, that's why people watch them, I believe. And yeah, but it's like, and then the editing is a long time, so it's probably like 4 to 10 hours. Sometimes I've taken up to 20 hours editing, especially when I do lots of slow motion and editing to music and stuff. So yeah, they take a long time, and you know, if I don't have a good idea and I have to start with the script. Sometimes I'll shoot and then I'll write the script later. But if I don't have a script, like I can't really start on the video like and get any good ideas, because that's where all my ideas and my gags come from, is the script. So
very awesome.
If you ever don't see a whole lot of stuff from me, it's because I'm having a hard time like focusing on it, because you know, it's like creatively it's draining.
Yep, I understand that. And then so let me ask you this: does your wife carry a knife?
She carries some crap that I give her. She doesn't think that they're great or like anything special about them, so I can give her like a cheap knife, and she admittedly will lose them sometimes. So I just give her stuff to carry in her car, and she works outdoors and in the field a lot doing outdoorsy stuff. She's a kind of a biologist by trade, so she's out in the field working with plants and stuff.
So you would imagine knife would be very useful for her.
They use Ontario machetes. I'm like, oh, the Ontario, but not it's not the 18. It's a different version of it.
Yeah.
So
very cool. I gave my wife a dragonfly fighter.
Oh yeah.
Was it the little tattoo stainless steel one? You know, girl.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like the little knives. She just likes maybe a 2.5, 3 inch blade and something that she can like just very usefully cut stuff with.
Pick the biggest knife out of the bunch every single time. If it's big, hand filling, and black, she will grab it every single time, bar none.
I can't quite wrap my head around it, but I think there's something there.
Like, am I missing something? Like
I don't know.
Oh man. So you make a lot of crazy videos. You're the guy that everybody knows will baton anything through anything.
Hmm.
So my question to you is: have you ever had some close calls, injuring yourself?
Most of the time, like most of the close calls that I have are sometimes it's like when you chop things. Like sometimes when you chop and you're also trying to watch the camera, sometimes things will glance off if you don't have your chop down right, because you're kind of like you're not really doing it as work like you would really do it. So sometimes if you're not paying attention and you're just trying to get stuff done, you're not as careful. And I've had stuff like maybe come like this close or glance off my pants legs, but I've never gotten a deep cut by anything dangerous. Most of the deep cuts are like I'll take it when I just first one of my big cuts was from a Mora Companion. Somebody gave it to me and I've had them before.
Right.
And like they got me the pink one and I was like, "Oh, this is," and I was like, "Thanks guys, it was a work. They got it for me at work." And because they thought it was cheap and pink. So I popped it and I was holding my hand there and I just cut myself really bad. And
see, you underestimated it because it was
nice. Good move.
Yeah, it just like I think sheathing and unsheathing knives is probably like when you're taking them out of the sheath sometimes has been probably my biggest injury. But
yeah,
it hasn't happened in a long time.
I'm glad to see you still have all 4 of your appendages.
Yeah.
Those big old kukris, and so that's pretty awesome. So let's see. Now, I'm assuming now from when I talked to you, like you live in a neighborhood kind of setting. Like,
yeah, we live in a neighborhood and I can see the tops of houses and I can see like the roofs, but I can't actually see my neighbors.
oh, that's good because I was gonna ask.
It was a very conscious choice when we were moving and looking for houses here in California.
Because I was gonna ask you, do your neighbors ever wonder what the hell you're doing with a big old kukri in your
I don't even
hand?
shoot stuff when my kids or my wife are around. It's like I'm a kind of a ninja when it comes to it. It's like you don't actually know that I'm making the videos because of the way I assemble them.
Right.
And like you can't really hear it other than maybe you can hear some chopping in a neighboring yard, but
right.
I don't make a lot because like I know that it's unusual and I know that it draws attention, so I try to keep it under wraps.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Just turn around and when they're looking at you, say, "I'm the advanced knife bro." All right.
What the fuck's the advanced knife, bro? It's nobody.
Just flash around the kukri like, okay, mind your own business.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Boxers. Yes.
And I think that was like from college. Like you realize that you're the only guy wearing boxers or briefs.
What do you say?
Like I think I learned that in like when I was a kid. I think I wore briefs, but like when you go to college, it's like I don't know. You don't think that when you're
Well, I never went to college, so there.
oh, when you're like I don't know. You know what the thing is we had a co-ed dorm at my college. So like nobody wants to be seen walking around in tighty whities. I know that like now like people are like what are tighty whities, but like back in like the 90s when I grew up,
it's not cool.
Oh, I know.
Like those were the briefs back then, you know.
Yes.
Like I was born in '79, so the '80s like there wasn't the cool underwear that the kids have these days. With their leopard prints
Tidy
and their
whities and Xena,
So-
baby.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
All right. In a bug out situation, what are the 5 tools you're going to grab on your way out of the door?
You're gonna grab your Leatherman. You're gonna grab a lighter. You're gonna grab a water bottle. Maybe a stove and a machete. I don't know, a camp stove.
All right, that works.
I use camp stoves. Like you got to cook. You got to cook your food, and if you get a water bottle, you can transport your water. You can boil it. I don't know, just very basics.
Very good.
Bam,
Oh, so you're not going to take all your kukris? What the fuck? You're bright.
That's like a machete.
You're dropping off the pedestal right now.
He wanted
It's a
you to say I'm
machete.
taking 5 kukris.
Bring all 5 kukris.
7 kukris, 4 fixed blades, all my Leathermans, and the Victorinox multi-tool so I can throw it at zombies. That's the correct answer.
Bama Knife Guy wants me to tell you that he drew inspiration from you when he shot his Microtech SOCOM abuse video.
Who said that?
Oh,
Bama. Lee.
Yeah.
Bama.
Oh, Bama's not at that level yet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bama,
Bama.
Bama babied that
you
thing.
use the
Don't insult him
arm.
like that. Bama babied that thing. He tucked that thing into bed and gave it a kiss.
I have never held a Microtech in my hand before. I've only ever seen them on social media. I know. It's disappointing.
Biggin.
Nah, it's not that disappointing, man. They're
Biggin. It's a
they're
big burly
they're
knife.
cool.
Actually,
They're
I only want one Microtech, and that's the Bounty Hunter.
oh yeah,
That's it. That's all I want.
Hey, Mark, do you like Ganzos a lot?
Nah, not really. I give
But
them
you
to
own
people.
so many of them.
I have like 10 of them, but I've given a lot of them away to friends and family. Because they think they're
Sure.
cool. They're like, oh, this is a good knife. I'm like,
It's yours.
you want another?
Paul says blue lines are all your kukris. Pick one.
All my kukris.
I figured.
Good
That just
choice.
broke Steve's heart, though. I can see the disappointment.
I know.
All right. So 2 more questions for you, buddy. Do you have any inspirations on towards your channel? Like, is there anybody that's inspired you or kind of motivated you into either changing something up on your channel, or perhaps even like inspired you to even just make a video?
I take as far as like the video inspiration from like movies. Like I watch a lot of movies, have a lot of classic stuff like that. But as far as like YouTube channels, I always kind of liked a similar tone is Cedric and Ada's channel.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's
he does
great.
stuff like that, and it's like sometimes like I see him do something, I'm like, oh yeah, I should try a little to do something a little off. So yeah, his videos, and in fact, I probably reference him more than just about any other channel in my videos. If you watch him,
He's awesome, actually. I love Cedric.
yeah, and we've exchanged knives. He's sent me everything. I haven't sent him anything yet, so I feel shitty about that. It's just like when I see,
You should.
Good.
it's just like when I see like I have something like, oh, Pete would like this. I'm like, oh, he's already reviewed it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. But one of these days, I have to send some shit
One
to
of
him
these
because
days.
he's good, and we talk.
He hasn't
on
reviewed
the
Ganzo yet. Just saying.
I still have some of those in my plastic boxes out there. Yeah, no, Pete's he's inspired me, and we've done stuff together like in videos. So
Which was funny.
That's a great choice, man. I think Pete's great. I've been watching him for a long time myself. I don't know him or talk to him, but I've been following his channel for quite a while.
yeah, he's a pretty nice, approachable guy.
Yeah, and he's really funny too, man. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah,
You just have to get it. Like
Yeah.
it's some of those videos where like some people may or may not get it, but I get
that's
it. every
okay.
time. Yeah, and he's funny as hell, man. I love his stuff.
Yeah. So
So any future
That's-
plans for your channel?
I think I may do some classic video game stuff in the future, but I'm not anywhere near at that point yet. So
Yeah.
just like stuff that I'm interested in,
Are you good
I
at
think-
video games?
Not really. I just have a lot, and I played a lot, and I've been playing a long time. Just because you've been playing them a long time doesn't mean you're good at something, right?
This is true. But what are we talking about when we say
Like
classic
fucking.
video games? Like Call of
Some
no
Duty?
people have
good
been
at
doing it
that.
all their life, and they can't do it.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
we
horrible
talking
at it.
about Are we talking about ColecoVision or are we talking about Nintendo?
ColecoVision?
ColecoVision.
I have stuff like
Is it even a video game? It was like 4
Yeah.
bits.
yeah, I have like a Sega Genesis and
wow.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I have an Intellivision. I don't have a ColecoVision. I have
Fucking
TurboGrafx.
ColecoVision.
You have a TurboGrafx? Holy
Yeah,
shit, man.
It's sitting over there.
TurboGrafx 16. Bonk's
Mhm.
Adventure, right?
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, I have like 5 or 6 games, and that's one of them.
So Mark was born in 1979. I was born in 1980. So I'll probably get all those games.
Mhm.
I'll definitely watch those.
Right at
videos.
the end of Gen X.
Yes.
Fucking ColecoVision over here.
ColecoVision, man.
ColecoVision and Quartermasters. That's a theme of your day today. Like the shittiest of the shitty. Like that's.
ColecoVision and
Hey,
Quartermaster.
ColecoVision was badass back in those days.
It was never badass.
It was way better than Atari, man. Come on.
It was Atari. It was Atari with a different name.
No, it was better than Atari. You had that little guy that like swung from the vine, and
Yeah.
you know, he,
Coming from the guy who likes Quartermasters.
Quartermaster.
Quartermaster.
exactly.
That's how you say it. That's how you pronounce it.
It's Quartermaster.
Hey, get the hell out. I guess. I don't know.
Well, so that's pretty much all that I got as far as the questions. But you know, Mark, if you have just a few more minutes, I would like to finish off with one last knife to talk about
Yep.
because I'm curious what you think. So, Tom,
Yes.
enlighten us. Can you go on Reddit real quick
For what?
for the last knife we're going to talk about?
Oh yeah. On Reddit, what subreddit am I going on? I'm not sure where you're getting.
You're
At.
going to look up the Shamwari made by We Knives.
Oh, we don't need to go on Reddit for that.
I didn't see it anywhere.
The Shamwiri.
The Sham.
The ShamWow.
The Sham.
He beat me to it. I was gonna say the ShamWow. There we go.
My favorite.
Oh, I love the ShamWow.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Shamwari by Gareth Bull, which I'm sure they're barely.
An overhyped knife.
The Shamwari is this front flipper knife that looks similar to a Sabenza, and you can see it on the screen right there. And yeah, there it is. That's the picture of it right there. Good job, Tom.
Thank you.
So now We Knives. Now the Shamwari is a knife that used to sell for $600 to $700.
Oh
And-
yeah, I've heard people
and-
talking about this.
Oh yes, and you know this knife, for some reason, although I thought it was always pretty cool, and I wanted one, I would have paid $600-700 for it. Now on the secondary market, they're up over like $2,000, maybe more. And so now this whole freaking thing is blowing up because now We Knives has decided to produce a Shamwari 3-inch for Gareth Bull. Now, Gareth Bull didn't want anybody else to capitalize on this knife because he decided that no weed dealer is going to have rights to sell it. Only he does.
Oh.
So yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you can only get this production model from Gareth Bull.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
won't find it on Blade HQ.
It's weird.
What do you guys think about this one?
What the? Hold up. I was really excited until you just said that.
Yes. Directly Gareth Bull only.
That is bullshit. Literally.
What Gareth
I'm with
Bull
Clear
did.
Kevin.
How
Really?
greedy can you get, right?
Fuck Gareth Bull and that knife.
It's a nice looking knife, though.
It is.
I would.
Because it looks like a Sabenza. That's why it's a nice looking knife.
Yeah.
He jacked that shit. Didn't he work for Chris? Right? He worked for Reeves in Ohio. He went there. He worked there.
Ohio?
Idaho.
I wish.
Sorry, man.
Chris
I don't
worked
follow
here.
knives.
I don't know. It's something like that effect. He worked for the guy. He left. He created his own knife. There's a Shamwari. Blah blah blah.
Well, one thing I can really say is look at the third comment. Beyond hyped. Thank you. It's kind of like the thing going on. I'm really just kind of baffled that the guy won't even let anybody sell these except for him. I've never seen a maker ever do that before.
It's called Spyderco.
Well, you could
Dealer-
still find a Spyderco at any dealer, right?
No, not a dealer exclusive. Not a Sprint Run dealer exclusive.
No, that's not true. You can see like sprint runs everywhere, Steve.
You can't get it. You can't get a 4V. You can only get a 4V pair or whatever at St. Nick's. You can only get a cutlery shop at Cutlery Shop. You can only, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's exclusive to one retailer.
And you know what? I just realized this isn't that much different from when Brian Nadeau has his Evo Typhoons made, and then he has to sell. He sells them through himself. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Although he does sell some to dealers to sell later.
How much
Yes,
are these going to be again?
300.
Oh. 300 is like that's the standard production knife now, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
$300. Oh, a cheap a user.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's budget category, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's for peasants, but
Yeah.
You shut up, Alex.
That's Alex's peasant.
Spyderco just keeps bringing them up. They're just like, how much will people pay for this new production knife?
Yep.
Next year, there's going to be a $700 production knife from somebody, I'm sure.
Yep.
They're like,
Guaranteed.
if anybody
here
here
you go, guys.
who knows chamoises like I do, hopefully the Wii version has detent, because I know the custom ones don't have any detent whatsoever.
It's a feature, not a bug if it's a custom knife, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got personality.
It's interesting that they're using 20
Yeah.
CV as well when they normally use M390 for their high-end stuff.
Yep,
That's weird for them to get
Yeah.
something imported from the States for that.
that is weird.
It's probably M3. They just slapped the tag. How are you going to know the difference? How am I going to know the difference?
We're not.
they can call it 204. Call whatever they want. They just slap the name on the blade.
Because people don't use them anyway when they pay that much for them.
Yeah.
They collect them and then they list them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yep.
gonna come up on Knife Swap in a few weeks and
I'll
never used.
bet
Sorry.
I'll bet you $1 to a donut. He probably has a few hundred of those the we produce Januaries. I bet you every time someone buys them, after they're done, you see them on the secondary market for $700. I'll bet you anything.
They'll be pricey.
I'm just curious if these are going to bring down the market on his customs.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I was really holding my breath, man. I really wanted a January.
The worst thing about any hobby are the collectors.
Yep, pretty much.
They drive your prices up. Like that's video games, whatever your hobby is. You know,
Well,
you
there's-
want something, there's someone out there making a buck off it that pisses you off.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there was a guy on Facebook the other day, and this is not an uncommon like occurrence, but there's a guy he flat out, because I'm in the Gareth Bull Facebook group. He's like, I have $2,300. Somebody sell me a chamois. I'm like, are you fucking joking? $2,300 for that?
For a knife. Blow you.
Not even just a knife, but that knife. It's 2 slabs of titanium with a couple bearings and a blade.
So is your quartermaster.
No, the quartermasters I can throw, and I could be a ninja. As a matter of fact, the quartermasters even have jimping. I don't know if you noticed that.
Aggressive. It's American
And I can get them in Texas team.
They're American jimping.
Yes. It's
Where else are you gonna find an American-made knife like that, huh?
That level of detail. Fucking Chamois.
Oh, that's good.
Buying them just from him.
That's pretty much all I have.
It's gonna leave you with a sweet one.
I mean, I have more knives, but I know Mark's got it roll.
Yeah, somewhere. I gotta finish setting up my TV that I got today, so
What's that?
I bought not a new TV, like an old one, but I've been putting in a home theater system here, so
Very good.
yeah. Nobody can watch TV until I'm done hooking it up.
Yeah. Mr. Knife Bro, have you seen this podcast before?
This one?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Okay, that's fine. I need your opinions on Tom's haircut at the moment. Could you give us your opinions on that?
It's why? What's wrong with it?
Well,
What's right with it? What's right with it?
It matches his tiny hands.
Like,
Dude, look at how tiny.
they cover my face.
I don't have. Here's the thing.
No.
I don't really have like you see this like how full this beard is here.
yeah.
Yeah. See, there's just like a patch there.
See, I have like half of that if I can try and grow mine out.
And I think this looks good too. So who cares what I have to say?
See,
I do. I just for the fans. For the fans, I just wanted to
the
know
fans.
what you thought about Tom's ET haircut. I mean, could you have gotten a more like it accentuates your the egghead thing going on? Like, why would you do this? Like,
The camera isn't doing me any favors, Steve.
look, I got a pumpkin head, okay? I got a
You have
big
a face
head,
made
but
for
it's like
podcasts, right?
Yeah. I have a face made for podcasts.
face.
Mark is right.
Like, I have a big dome, but at least it's like all the way fat. Like it's fat from top to bottom. You got this egg thing going on right now, and then you got this like it looks like a bowl. It looks like someone was giving you a bowl cut and had a stroke. And then
Listen,
that's what you got.
the camera isn't doing it any favors. It looks so much better in person.
It's not even.
I don't think so.
Even.
You haven't seen me in person.
I don't.
I think you should curl it, Tom.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get a perm.
Perms are in.
I should have gotten a perm with my old hair.
Oh, dude, you had some long
I
hair.
had some long ass hair, like 6-inch long hair. Or
So Tom,
yeah.
if we see you in person, then since the camera adds size and pounds, that means your hands are going to be even smaller.
Precisely. Nailed it.
Tom's a white Ethiopian. Like he.
Hey, you know what, Steve? You know what's funny? That's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all.
You're gonna have to come up with something a little bit more creative.
A white Ethiopian.
I mean, I'm just trying to think like what else would you know like the little gray people, but he's white. Like that's the only difference.
Gray people.
Oh God.
Jesus. Welcome to the podcast, Mark. This is what happens when we don't have things to talk about. It deteriorates into making fun of my small hands. And apparently my head now.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
hands. You have tiny little hands.
They're not that small.
You hold a Protex runt, and you have a 4-finger grip. What happens?
What's that Kershaw launch? Which one is that one?
The four, the really tiny California legal one.
Yeah, he gets a 4-finger grip on the Cali legal one.
Yes.
It's the whole thing around it.
A Kershaw launch. Will it lock?
Will it lock?
All the ones I've handled do, but I've heard how bad they are.
I've had one that I've only ever had one, and it didn't, and I sent it back, and they like, hey, we'll send you another one. Never heard from them.
Really?
That.
Really?
Like I've worked with their customer service before, and one time I was like, they sent me a Kershaw launch, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll review it. And so I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, this doesn't lock every time.
You know why they didn't send
like,
you?
oh.
You know why they
And I'm
didn't
like,
send you another one?
Yeah.
They're like, this fucking guy broke a knife. We're not sending him another one.
No, that was before. So the thing is with Kershaw, like I'll hear about I'll hear from them in bursts. Like they'll like send me or I'll send them an email and they'll respond back to me, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna send you something, and then I never hear from them again for like 8 months. They never respond when I finish a video, and yeah, they're like, so I don't know if they liked it or not, or
They're too busy
So-
coming up with new ZT designs.
I feel like what happens is this, is every 6 months, there's like a new person in charge of their customer relations, and then you hit them up, and they're like, yeah, we'll get you a knife. And then all of a sudden the email comes across the VP's desk, and they're like, wait, Mark? The dude that fucking said, no, fuck that. Hey, Clarence, tell Lisa in the apartment to cancel that order, and that's what happens.
Yeah. So the launch didn't lock, and they never sent me another one when they said they would. So I just assume, since I had one that didn't, that none of them lock.
That's just what I figured.
Prove me wrong.
My launch one would lock maybe 75% of the time.
Hey, that's
See?
good. That's passing.
See, like, this is never not locked.
Right.
And I have, several automatics, and they always lock. I even have cheap ones too, like cheaper than that, and they all lock. I have Gonzos that lock every time. I don't know why Kershaw can't do it, but
Oh,
I don't know.
ZT with their frame locks.
Oh yeah, see. Oh yeah, they don't lock either, right?
It's a whole
You can
Kai
do
thing.
like a little, and they
Yep.
go, Yep.
Can we take a moment real quick to just appreciate how Advanced Knife Bro says Kershaw? Kershaw.
That's how you
Kershaw.
properly say
It's
it.
so regal. Like it sounds like a French bulldog. Kershaw.
Kershaw.
Kershaw. You want to cut
Oh,
your
you mean
Kershaw
like
with a Kershaw? You make that brand sound so regal.
Yeah, they are. They're really regal.
They don't deserve your marketing, sir.
I haven't done a review from them in probably a year now. Don't plan on it.
Don't plan on it. Got no intention.
Yep.
Will you review this? No.
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 I actually I've been saying no a lot to people. Like, I have people that send me emails all the time, and I just tell them no. Sorry, don't have time.
It's life, man.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
Kershaw.
at least you're honest instead of holding knives for like over a year like Steve does.
Oh yeah. We've officially passed a year since I sent Steve those knives.
It has to be close. If it's not a year, it's damn close. I'm spot treating them. Spot treating them. Yep. Spot treating.
You mean you're snapping them and putting a Tonto tip on them?
No, I would never snap any of Gerald's knives. Yet.
You didn't
I
snap
may,
any
I may not. I have some pallets out back that I might be doing some stuff with. Gerald gave me the green light.
Prying pallets apart.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, he told me it was fine. Don't come down on me like that, Mr. Quartermaster. Don't. I'm gonna change your name on this to Quartermaster Tom or whatever.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll you both into that. Yeah. You with Tom with the Invader Zim head going on right now. And Mr. Quartermaster over here. Yeah, people don't forget.
Jesus.
All right, so Mark, getting out of here. What are we doing? We don't want to hold up.
Yeah, I hear the kids out there screaming. They've been sitting outside very nicely for like 30 minutes now.
All right.
I don't know if you can hear them. Can you hear them? Can you hear any of that in the background?
A tiny bit.
No. Yeah, it's louder here, but I guess this microphone doesn't pick up a whole lot of the.
Well, Mark, I really want to thank you for coming out and hanging out with us. I really appreciate you coming out. I'm a big fan of the channel. I think a lot of people are. You're wonderful, man. Just keep up what you're doing. It's definitely awesome stuff. So we really, again, appreciate having you on the channel. Thanks for
having me. Even though I haven't been putting stuff out, I guess people are still interested in the channel, and if it wasn't for people watching, I'd just be sitting here drinking beers by myself.
Chopping
know what you do? Chopping things by myself, drinking now. I appreciate it though. Thank you for having me, and
Go check him out on YouTube and his Instagram. He posts quite a bit on Instagram as well.
I try to post more on Instagram sometimes when I'm not doing videos, although I haven't been posting on Instagram much lately either, but hopefully that'll change.
I'm going to continue to harass you about the blue lines.
Do it.
Steve, we had a whole conversation about that before you joined.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even remember. I've been literally commenting on
I
the
remember.
videos
I remember.
for like a year and a half.
I remember.
Like I've kept it going on every video.
Mark's like, this fucking guy again? God damn it.
No, I know.
Blocked.
He's like me. He puts out like one video every 3 months, so it's real easy. All I got to do is find that one video and then go at it.
Yep.
In the blue lines. Very good, buddy. Well, we'll let you get back to your family, and thanks again. And
Alrighty, gentlemen. It was nice being here, and have a great evening, everyone.
You too, Mark.
thank you, buddy.
We see you later.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bad bitches.
We're finally alone for the first time in like 4 episodes.
Oh, look, on the episode, we got to put out there, everybody's got to use and search the hashtag TinyHandsTom on Instagram.
Tiny Hands Tom.
Just search it. I've been using it. There's a whole bunch of pictures are going to come up. Most of them are mine.
I didn't even fucking realize that hashtag was going on.
It is a thing. Yes,
I'll be
we
right
need to
back,
add more pictures to it.
I liked both of those pictures too. But normally when I see so many hashtags, I'm like, I'm not reading through all that shit. I should know.
Yeah, I slip it in there toward the bottom.
He knows what he's doing.
He's a pro at this.
He is. God.
Look, if you search hashtag bridge troll, a whole bunch of my shit's in there too.
Yeah,
I've been throwing that one in there for a long time.
I'm gonna start throwing that hashtag on my own posts. Tiny Hands Tom.
Tiny Hands Tom. Hashtag Tiny Hands Tom.
There you go.
I'll put it in my bio. Hashtag Tiny Hands Tom. Whatever.
There you go.
My hands aren't that small, assholes.
My hands aren't that small.
I'll have to get you guys some hand measurements.
Let's see. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go get a Barbie doll and cut the hand off and glue it on the end of a pencil and lay it on a knife handle and start taking pictures like that for Tiny Hands Tom.
Oh, Jesus.
This is so true. What's your hand like? 2.5 inches across?
They're not. Look, this is a Mannix. I know it's not giant, but it's not small either.
Oh, come on. My hand swallows a Mannix. Are you kidding me?
You got giant hands.
You
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. There it is.
Oh, my God.
Top.
Here,
top.
let me choke up.
Look.
It looks like I'm holding that fucking Cold Steel Luzon, doesn't it?
Wait, let me see. Hold on. Where's G?
Do it again, G.
Say something, G, so it focuses on you.
Oh my!
Oh God! Look, his
When-
hand eats it.
You have giant
When he
hands.
holds it, the lanyard hole sticking out past his pinky. If I take my pinky away and hold the knife, that's the size of Tom's hand. 3 of my fingers.
It's a 3-finger. I'm gonna grab a Mannix. Hold on.
Hold on. Do you have a native close by, Gerald?
No, I don't.
Cause look, I can fit my whole hand on a native without choking up in the choil.
I can't. Native. I got to use the choil.
Tiny, tiny little hands.
Without choking up in the choil, I can fit my whole hand on here.
Yeah, and I see a bunch of the back of the knife
Oh,
stick
shut
too.
the fuck up! It's like a
A
quarter
whole
inch.
bunch, man. That's like at least an inch sticking
That's a
out.
quarter inch.
Okay. So I have a Mannix right here, right?
Yeah.
So I legit thought that maybe Gerald had really big hands.
No, Tom has
Son of
tiny
a
hands.
you really do.
bitch. Son of a bitch.
That's what I've been saying, Steve.
Look, watch, look. 3 fingers, and that's Tom.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh, I really thought that maybe you just had like big hands. No.
Maybe you guys both have big hands. I don't know. I have average hands.
I have.
Maybe slightly smaller than average.
Average for what? Average for a dwarf?
No, they probably have bigger hands.
Oh, that's epic. I didn't realize that. Oh my god.
Did you see that, Steve? Look, native, no choil.
How? You have the skinniest hands in the world.
I just have small fingers.
Small. I don't know. Small fingers, skinny hand. I don't know what the combination is, but
I don't have anything to measure my hands around.
I mean, I have like kind
Small
of fat
fingers,
palms.
small palms.
Hold up. One
What is
second.
that? What is that?
It's an Olamic
That's
compact
cool.
Wayfarer.
Look at that compound grind.
Yeah, this one's nicely done, man. They did a good job on this knife.
Ooh.
All right, I'm
And
gonna
it's
measure
there.
my hand.
That's their entropic finish.
Entropic.
Entropic.
So my hand is 3 1/4 inches across the palm.
Wow. My hand is almost 4 inches across the palm. Mine's like 3 and 7, like 3 and almost 7/8 or something.
3
It's
1/4.
like 3 and 3
All right,
quarters.
you guys already know Tom's hands are 3 inches wide.
Fingertip.
Where's your freak, Tom?
Hold up. It's in my little knife roll up. Hang on.
Yeah, it's up to you.
From my middle finger down to like the bottom of my palm.
I think your hand is as wide as your waist.
Thank you.
I do too.
God.
Put your palm up on your face. I want to see how wide it is compared to your head.
Most of your face is sticking out.
Hang on. Let me grab the freak.
Oh my god. I literally thought G just had big hands. Like I grabbed this man. next to
No,
him. Oh my
he's
god.
got tiny hands.
He's still growing. Drink some milk, Tom.
All right. Here's the freak.
It's like the whole back end of it.
Whoa, Tom!
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
You have to,
Dude,
you
you have
have
you
to
have
spread
enough
your fingers out a little bit,
handle that
Tom.
I can put 2 fingers on there.
I'm squeezing my fingers up as pretty much as close as I can get them too, though.
So am I. Look, no gap.
Listen, okay, genetics were not on my side.
You're still growing, Tom. That's all. You're just
I wish.
you're young and supple.
It's okay. You're only 13 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. For a 14-year-old, that's not bad.
I went to buy ammo today at the shop I work at, and my manager yelled to the cashier, "Don't sell it to him. He's 12."
It'll be good when you're like 50, bro.
See, that's what everyone says. I
I hope.
guess I'll be pulling like 20-year-old chicks when I'm 50 because I look like I'm 20.
Whoa. No. See, in order to pull chicks, you need to have a thing called game, which you have none of.
Bullshit.
Clearly by that haircut.
Bullshit.
By that haircut,
Listen.
that's not going to get you. You tell them right now.
It
You
looks
walk up with like fucking little gray man. It's not going to work.
it looks better in person. Damn it.
Like you say that, but
I hope you didn't pay money for that haircut.
yeah, that was like a flow. You used a Flowbee, didn't you? You used a Flowbee, right?
Listen.
I think he gave himself that haircut.
You did, yeah, you did.
No. It's
That was
got,
a Flowbee,
you
right?
can't really tell in the camera. It's got a little bit of a fade going to it. It's a little bit longer up top.
Fucking fade.
Yeah.
There's no fade.
Yeah.
there.
A fucking fade.
A little bit.
There is no.
Fade to what?
First of all,
It's real short here, and it gets up a little bit longer, and then it finally reaches where it's.
first of all, in California, we call it a tight fade, and that is not a tight fade.
No, it's a loose fade.
It's a loose fade. Yeah.
It's not a fade.
Pussy loose fade.
Listen. Here in small town Ohio, this is a fade.
It's
That
a
is-
small.
look.
It's a small town fade.
Look, hey, Tom, you said you went to go buy ammo the other day?
Today, yeah.
Yeah, take that ammo, load it into your pistol, and then go shoot the fucking barber that gave you that goddamn haircut.
I
Because that's
thought,
fucking haggard.
I thought he did a good job. You guys are just being really mean about it.
Oh, no, you need glasses as well.
I liked
because-
it. Listen, you motherfuckers are the only ones who have said it looks bad. Everyone else who's seen it in person says that looks really good on you, and they tell me when I have a shitty haircut.
Your
That's
mom-
because
your-
we're
your
being
mom-
honest, Plum.
Your mom doesn't count, Tom.
Yeah, your mom's always going to tell you.
My coworkers, you assholes.
Yeah. Well, they probably got their haircut at the same place.
Bama goes, click on your camera, Tom. I want to see.
They all have
There
shit.
you go, Bama. Look.
Look at he looks like young Frankenstein. Look at that thing.
Dude, it looks like it's shorter on one
It
side.
is not.
He
You fucks.
bolts out of his neck.
They
It's
need
shorter
to-
on one side.
No, it's not.
You need to
Yeah,
grow,
Yeah,
It is
it's
not.
shorter on.
you need to grow your hair back out and just have the curly fro.
I like this. Fuck
I
you
like
guys.
the curly fro.
I like it too. It gives me a lot of entertainment. But as far as your personal life, I don't think that you should do that. I think against your better judgment, you should let your hair grow out.
See, here's the deal. I like having my hair grown out, right? But at the same, I did, Lee. God damn it. He goes, click on it. Damn it, Tom. Come on. Like I just fucking did. Wait for the video to catch up. Anyhow, I like it long, but then it gets to be a pain in the ass. It starts
I
getting my
like
eyes.
it long when it gets to be a pain in the ass. I bet it does when it's
Yep.
long.
Why? You have to put more product in it or what?
No, I don't put any product in it. Why the fuck would I do that?
I don't know. You got that haircut. I question a lot of things. about you. I have a lot of questions.
Small hands. Who knows?
I have a lot of questions about your decisions at this point with that haircut.
Oh well. I like
Look.
it. I like it. Everyone else who's seen it in person likes it. So
They're lying to you,
I'm-
Tom.
listen. I don't.
We're here for you. We're here to help you.
Oh man.
We care about you, Tom.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion, Steve.
You should, because we're being honest with you, and I'm here for you.
On camera, it looks completely different than what it looks like in person.
Friends don't let friends
Hey,
have shit.
Lee says fucking beautiful. Fuck all y'all. Looks good, Tom.
That's because Lee's got
He's
the
from
same haircut.
Alabama.
That-
He's from fucking Alabama.
you weren't on yet, and I made a joke about that too.
What?
Let me scroll back up. I forget what we were talking about.
Me being from Bama?
No, someone says something about being from Alabama. Says we just
Yeah.
started. Steve isn't due till about 1 hour in Alabama time, and I said cousin fucking time. Don't tell Lee. Cousins make dozens.
Cousins make look.
I told him not to tell Lee though.
Look, you can make fun of my cousin fucking all you want. With that haircut, you don't have any room to talk right now.
Hey, you guys show it to your wives and girlfriends and just see what happens. Okay.
Okay,
My
well,
haircut.
hey,
No,
hey.
no, I'm not serious. God damn it.
hey,
No.
Man, you text me a picture. I'll show it to my wife
Alright.
and tell you exactly what she says.
I'll take a better picture to
hey.
accentuate it. You know,
We're gonna find out right now.
about to find out.
We're gonna find. Babe! It's gonna happen right here. Here we go. All right, come here. Look at Tom's hair and tell me if you like the haircut.
My
or not.
hair looks fine. My hair is fine. See?
He looks like young Frankenstein, doesn't he? He looks like Zim the Invader, right?
She's laughing. She's laughing.
God damn it.
What you look like?
All right, Alex. What's our next knife?
All right. I got more knives, actually. You guys ready?
She said she wouldn't fuck you with the dirtiest dick on earth, is what she said.
I feel like that's not what she said.
That's exactly her literal words. She said you should let your hair grow out. It looks way better. Hashtag shitty haircut. That's what she said.
That sounds like a Super Steel Steve saying right there.
That's fact. I'm just telling you. I'm right here. I heard it. She's right there.
See, I couldn't hear it because I'm not in person, so I wouldn't make assumptions about it. You know?
Except for the camera.
Maybe Tom should try Gerald's haircut.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
see, I really do look like a fucking alien. Trust me,
J-
I've shaved my head before. Not a good look on me.
Right. Gerald looks good.
Gerald looks clean as
Listen,
fuck, dude.
some
Look at
people
Gerald.
look some
Zero. No, I don't have to take care of it at all. I get up in the morning and I look like this,
Listen,
like a troll.
He wakes up like this.
My dad was bald by the time he was 25, so I'm just enjoying the hair while I have it. You know?
Oh, so well, that's not enjoying it. You're bastardizing it.
No,
So why don't you? It's not getting more sweet. Yeah, you need to do your hair some justice. That's probably why your dad went bald. He did some dumb shit like that to his hair. And his hair ran away.
Oh Jesus!
You tell your ask your dad, be like, Dad, did you get a fucked up haircut before your fucking hair fell out? He'd be like, Yup. Yup. Shut that door.
All right,
I
let's
think
go.
it looks good. That's all that matters. All right.
You guys ready for more knives?
Yep.
Yeah, fine.
All right, go ahead and hop on to the internet, Tom.
Let's try and get this done in about half an hour.
Okay.
What? You don't have anywhere to go eat. Shut up.
Listen, Steve, just because you joined an hour late doesn't mean I haven't been here for 2 hours.
Yes, it means you have to be on for an extra hour long.
No.
The team that starts together finishes together. Okay?
I like that.
All right,
We're a team.
The Leatherman Free K2.
Is that new stupid little
Oh,
knife
piece of
thing?
shit.
There it is.
What is it? Let's see.
hey,
Piece of shit.
I handled the proto of this.
That fucking thing, like.
Look at that thing. It's got a Spidey hole.
Dude,
No.
come on. The handle's wider than it is tall. Are you kidding me?
It's fucking gross. It's
Yay.
stupid.
White backgrounds.
And what it's like $120 knife with 420 steel. Come on.
No, it's not that much.
So-
I think it's like $60.
$80 MSRP.
Whatever. $80 is still
So-
$80 too much.
Let-
for 420.
Let me drop some knowledge on this because I handled the proto of this. I learned about it from the rep. I hope I'm not gonna get in trouble for sharing this.
Oh god.
Let's go.
Initially, they had a lot of issues with this. They couldn't get the tools to function properly, and then they didn't put anything, or the tools would hit the knife edge and dull the knife edge. So they had, to, they had to fix that. And the other thing was it was an all open back construction, so you could literally reach down and cut yourself on the knife. So they had to fix that as well.
A lot of problems.
So they lost a lot of money on this
They
before they
could've
fixed it.
abandoned.
Anyhow, this will be coming in more versions in the future with upgraded blade steel and stuff. So, whether that be 154 CN, S30V, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but they'll be $190.
Listen, this isn't for us. This is for the guys who have no fucking clue what they're looking for.
Like, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Why would you buy that over a Leatherman Wave?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Why would you buy that over this rebar? 420 AC blade. It's wide, it's thick, it's heavy. It's got all the same fucking tools, except this one has pliers.
I actually liked. Let's see here.
It's got a deep carry pocket clip.
Yeah.
Whoa! The pocket clip. You're right, the pocket clip.
Yes, the pocket clip.
Good point. I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
You better stand corrected.
You better
That
stand
pocket
corrected.
clip.
You
That
better
pocket
stand
clip.
corrected. You son of a bitch, Steve.
That pocket clip, though,
Though, THO.
THO.
You know what else has a pocket clip?
Hey, does
My
that
skeleton.
Hey, does that thing have an Axis lock-ish kind of looking thing up above
No,
the?
so let me explain how this lock works to you. This is the same that's on their free multi-tools. It's actually magnet based, so everything's one-handed operational. It's a lot easier to open one-handed. If you guys know, like a traditional Leatherman, it's kind of a bitch to open some of the tools sometimes with one hand, depending on the model. This is all one-handed operational, and you shove this metal piece to the left to close it. And it's all magnet-based. It's all magnet-based detents and everything. It's actually really, really nice. The multi-tools are super nice, super easy to open. All the tools are one-handed functional. I think it's a huge step up in the multi-tool market. I think it's gonna be something that becomes popular. But they have it patented for the next 20 years, so they don't. So I think that's the direction they're going. Is gonna be a bunch of magnet-based.
Leatherman.
Is the patent on the magnetic part of it?
The magnetic locking portion of it. It was something that's been in development for over 5 years.
Leatherman, listen to me. If you're going to keep putting out multi-tools and you're going to advance the multi-tool game, do us all a favor and actually put 5 minutes worth of thought into what tools you're putting on the fucking Leatherman. Who the fuck needs those scissors or an awl or that
Hey.
stupid fucking wannabe set of screwdrivers on there?
I like the
Put some
scissors.
decent tools.
I like the scissors.
Yeah, scissors are useful. The all's
For
stupid.
what? You have a
So
knife.
is the sharp knife. Sharp
You have
knife
to-
does the same thing scissors do.
What do you need scissors for with a knife?
It's not as delicate.
Yeah, scissors are a little bit easier to use sometimes.
For what? Name one thing you need those scissors for that
You're
you
gonna
can't
laugh.
do with a knife.
You're gonna laugh.
Huh?
Cutting
Cutting
thread.
my nails.
Yeah,
I
cutting
can- I
threads
cut
off of
thread-
clothing. You know where they're really useful is fishing and cutting your line.
Really?
That's what a knife's for.
A knife is a pain
That's
in the
what I'm
ass.
saying.
If you're trying to cut it down close to the knot, and you might accidentally nick your main line doing that. Scissors, you
That's
can't
what a
really-
knife's for.
What are you talking about?
Nope.
What planet do you live on?
Deep carry pocket clip.
That was my first hobby, Steve. It was fishing.
Look, I'm from Florida, bro. I've fished a whole lot in my life. And I'll tell you right now, first off, if you're tying an uni knot on anything, you don't need to pull it down that close to the knot because it's going to have some give. Okay? Second off,
Palomar, bro.
on any knot, you don't need to cut it that close to the goddamn knot
Nope.
because there needs to be some play as it tightens when you actually land something.
There does
So,
not
below-
not if you tie a correct knot, you don't.
Below, there's always play, dude. There's
There's
always
not.
play. in the knot.
I'll have to show you a knot that is the simplest knot to tie, and you can cut it as close as you fucking want to that knot, and it's not gonna pull out no matter what happens.
What does the benefit of cutting it close to the knot?
So it depends on the fish. Some certain fish, I don't know if the ocean fish are like this, the saltwater fish, but up here, clear water and stuff, they get a little finicky, and sometimes that little bit of tag end scares them off.
You're fucking retarded.
Nope,
Prove it.
110%.
Prove that a fish will run away from a millimeter worth of string on the end of a fucking hook.
If it
You're
makes
out of your mind.
if it makes it look the slightest bit unnatural, sometimes that's all the difference.
You are giving the fish a lot more credit than they deserve.
They're smart, man.
They're not that smart.
They're smart.
If they were that smart, they wouldn't bite when they see it was a hook in the first place.
Well, yeah.
If they can differentiate between 2 millimeters worth of thread, then they can tell there's a fucking hook on the end, and they're not going to bite it. Okay? Get out of here. Shenanigans. Is Alex falling asleep?
He might be.
Yes.
Alex, if you fall asleep with
Oh,
your shoes on,
Steve!
what?
You just reminded me because I had to go back and watch it in the chat where you were talking about measuring the behind the edge on the Sabenza, and Vinny was arguing with you. I
Oh, God.
totally. How could he not see what you were talking about?
Do you see what I was talking about? This
Yes.
way? Like this.
Yes.
Yes. There's no magical. Tom's another one that thinks that it actually gets thinner because of the fucking way the wheels work. Blah blah blah
Makes
blah blah.
sense.
No,
No.
no, it doesn't.
I think,
Oh, my
I
God.
think
Okay.
it does, but it's okay.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay,
You also don't think my haircut looks good, so.
a Sabenza. One of the beautiful things about a 21, right, is it holds its behind the edge thickness for a really far way, right? Like if I measure this knife all the way up until about there, it's 23 thousandths. Okay, from here all the way to there, right? Okay, in order for there to be a flat spot like that, it's not a wheel. Wheels don't have flat spots. They start it with a wheel, and then they finish it with something that with another whatever type of grinder they're using. But there's a flat spot here. There's a flat spot. It keeps the same behind the edge thickness from here all the way to here. Wheels don't have flat spots. There's no wheel that has a radius this high that's going to cut out right there. That would be like an oval. It's not going to do that. It's that's why that's why Tim Reeves tells you, oh, you can't measure it, blah blah blah. Yeah, because it's not real. It's a universal fantasy. It's a fantasy. I've measured it. You can take a fucking pair of calipers and go right behind the edge this way, and touch right there, and it's exactly the same thickness as it is here, or behind the edge, or on the shoulder, or anywhere else until it starts thickening. Shenanigans, Vinny, you son of a bitch.
You guys want to do a couple more knives?
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. I got 4 more products that we could talk about.
Okay, I got one too.
The MKM Vox Naze. Was it clip point liner lock? So just put MKM Vox Naze. I think it's the only one he's done.
Colvera.
It's basically the new. No, not that one. Put.
Oh, the Asonzo or whatever?
Yeah, the Asonzo. So this is the replacement for the CRKT Pilar, is how I see it.
What is it?
When you have to pick the ugliest color, man.
'Cause they're all fucking ugly colors.
Oh, those? Yeah, they're gross as fuck.
Get a all green one or all something.
They're weird. They have a hawk bill, and they've got like one's a flipper and one's.
Yep.
What the
So
fuck
I
is
guess
this?
this is the new generation of the Pilar. It's got a paper clip, pocket clip. And is that a carabiner in the back, or is that just
That's just the retarded lanyard hole.
Yeah.
It's a big stupid hole to match the big stupid hole in the blade.
Thank you. If that was a carabiner, I would have gotten it. If I could pop bottles with it, I would have gotten it.
That one's even worse.
It is horrible. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
So
It's
apparently, Voxnays like makes these knives, and then after he makes a prototype, he sends it over to whoever's making the knife for him. I would love to see what he actually made, and
Oh, yeah.
look at
I'd
Look
love
at
to
the-
see what he was smoking when he made this.
well, it's he likes those small little kind of weird knives, but this one, I mean, I think the Italians just botched this one up too.
Well, here's my thing, ready? The only 2 versions that he has, like, there's 2 of them that have flippers. They're actually flippers, which are very popular right now, right? But the only 2 that are flippers are fucking hawkbills and serrated hawkbills. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you make the other ones with the flipper as well?
I'm not a big fan of that pattern that they put on the scales. It's really
Tron.
it's very, very ugly.
It's Tron. It's like fucking.
The whole thing is ugly.
Yep.
I know. Like, I like small knives like that, like little stout knives, but it just looks fucking weird.
Yeah, it wasn't executed very well, and it's a lot of money for
Yeah.
what it is. But that's something that I saw. I figured we'd bring up and talk about. The next one that I have on the list is the Case Tribal Lock.
Oh God, here we go.
I actually like this thing, man. It's a Zulu pattern lockback, and it's actually quite cool.
The tribal lock. The tribal lock's got that little.
It's a backlock.
Yeah,
No, the tribal lock is something different. I thought.
No, that's the cheetah that you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
The one that has like the integrated bolster that or the guard
Yeah,
that while you open it.
yeah, that weird guard.
Cheetah, tribal. It's real similar.
But that's pretty cool. I think that's way better than owning a slip joint. It's a locking knife, and it's a Zulu pattern. The one
Alex.
that actually,
Alex,
yes,
anything is way better than owning a case.
Yes.
you know what? You just don't appreciate it.
That's what the people in the comment section of my case edge retention video said too.
Yeah.
What?
You don't appreciate it.
Appreciate what? Shit, fit, and finish.
Exactly.
That it holds an edge for less. It holds an edge for less time than a fucking $3 Ozark trail knife.
There you go.
Well,
Hashtag.
you know what? It's at the same time. There's a reason why people keep buying these things.
They're stupid.
Yes.
They work.
Yes.
It's nostalgia. That's all
fine.
it is.
Yes, but nostalgia is worth a lot to some people. You know.
As you can see by the price.
Yes,
Ah, it's insane.
it's true sharp, Tom. It's
Yeah.
surgical.
Oh, you
Yo.
mean 420 HC? That we
It's-
just, that we just bitched about Leatherman using for the same price?
It's
I
True sharp, stainless surgical steel. You can put.
I will put any Rough Rider up against a case knife right now, and I guarantee you the level of fit and finish and the level of performance you get out of it are identical.
Yeah, and I bet the Rough Rider has less blade play too.
You probably will and have a stronger spring. He's right.
I actually don't own one case knife that has any blade play.
You are lying.
Not
Don't
one.
lie to us. We're
I'm
friends.
not lying.
The
Not
amount
one.
of case knives I unbox at work that have significant blade play, blades rubbing together, terrible sharpening, like with a full fucking burr left on one side, is just astronomical.
Well, I should buy a lottery ticket because none of mine have blade play whatsoever.
All right. So today, now this is the third strike against Alex today. So Alex is now Uncle Randy for the rest of the episode. He's now Uncle Randy.
You are now only allowed to buy Buck 110 variants.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what? I like the Buck
I
110 and I like the Buck 112. So F y'all.
don't even know you right now, Alex.
I like both of those
We
knives.
need an intervention. Can we have an intervention right now for Alex?
Yeah, I think somebody took over your body today.
Something's
No,
not right now.
I own one of those Micarta 110s and I love that thing. And then I have a 112 and S30V. That's that Bose heat treatment thing. I love that thing too. It's great.
I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed.
It's not like the easiest thing to carry because it comes with a fucking like pouch or whatever. But it's a good knife.
I don't know. Look, I think look, I know you appreciate knives for a totally different reason. But I think you need to pick a knife, cut like at least 100 feet of cardboard a week, sharpen it every week, and carry it for a solid month. And then tell me if you still feel the same way about that knife.
The Gerald test, 30 days.
Yep. Hey,
Wow.
whoa. That was my test, you dickhead.
That was Gerald's test, not you.
No.
Yep.
No, when I did the Maximum experience.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
you did like 4 months.
Who has bigger hands? Who has bigger hands?
Jiro got a hold of me and he goes, "Do you mind if I do that?" So.
No, you didn't. No lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gerald's test.
Next knife. Knife Center.
Okay.
Knife Center.
So when I did my edge retention test on my case, I had a comment that said, "Hey, these are really great knives and they have a great reputation. I'm sorry to see it underperform so much. Can you test it again just to make sure?" He goes, "Maybe it didn't have enough edges." I was like, "Trust me, motherfucker. I put enough edges on this thing and I couldn't get the goddamn burr off to save my life. So it's shit."
Period.
Cheburkov.
Oh, God. Here we go. Time to get Russian. Now Alex is back.
Swift.
I think it's Cherbakov.
I don't think Alex can go a whole episode without having something Russian.
I know, right? He's like, it's part of his DNA.
Bama wants us to talk about something. He said, "Had a guy send me 3 Cope Customs, and I woke up this morning and my little boy was cutting up hard plastic shit with one of them that's worth $1,300 and scratched the fuck out of it."
Wait, is it? What happened?
First off, whoever I want to know the custom maker who made a blade that plastic scratched. Please tell me who he is, so I never fucking buy that knife ever in my life. Wow.
What Cope Custom?
Cope Customs. Oh,
Fuck
and Alex, Dave says you're losing your operator status.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Here's what I have to say to that. Bite me.
and Paul said with all the Russian stuff that the FBI got a follow on you, or should I say Alexei.
Yes, let them follow me. So here is the Cherbakov Swift. I actually own one of these in all carbon fiber. Not
It's nasty.
yeah, I actually really like this knife. It's very comfortable. It's a very neutral handle.
Very complicated.
And it's very communist.
It looks like a fancy ProTech.
And the cool thing is too is that pocket clip as it looks, it slides right into the pocket really easily. I don't have to take two hands and pop it into the pocket. Like, this thing just clips right on very nicely. So it's kind of square though in design. It's kind of weird that it's comfortable, but it's fairly decent. What do you guys think?
It looks like a ProTech with Damasteel.
I like
It
it.
is-
I actually really like this thing.
It looks like ProTech and Shirogara had a baby,
That's a good analogy.
like a bastard love child.
I really wish I knew more about this Damasteel. It's not Damasteel. It's
No, it was 10.
it's ZDI.
1016 carbon Damascus.
Yeah, it's some stuff they use out there.
Blade finish, mirror polish, then acid etch. Thank you.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that's how most Damascus goes.
That's that Russian translation for you right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I always wondered how that stuff performs.
Like vodka.
It's funny, actually. I did a video on the Coltratech Svarn 3, and one of the guys is like, "Hey, are you going to send that to G for M390 performance testing?"
You should.
I'm like, "No, not sending a $1,400 knife to get reprofiled. Sorry."
You should.
What?
Why not? Someone else sent me one. Well,
Yeah.
How come you're too good?
No.
I had a
I
fucking
do.
Spectre
I
not
test.
like-
I don't want my knife to be reprofiled in case I want to sell it one day.
I had
So
a
did
fucking
you.
Spectre tested, dickhead.
Well,
I had
hey, everybody has a choice. My choice is if I put a scratch on it, I'm gonna do it myself. It was an expensive knife.
That's not
Sorry.
very operator of you.
That's not
So
very
you go. So you hurry up and scratch it so you can send it to me.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
I'm gonna hit up your boss and tell him to scratch your knife so you can send it.
We'll just give it to Bama's kids.
He sends them to Bama. He sends them to Bama to get tested.
Oh, by the way, Bama wanted to know what we would do if that happened to us.
What else? What can you do? Tell the guy your knife scratched and shit.
Yeah, that's really all you can do. Tell the guy.
Yeah,
and,
it's-
I think you need to buy him a new $1,400 knife.
no, you tell the guy and you hope he takes it well, and if not, you offer to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Here, let me buff it out with some flits.
Yeah, a little flip will do the trick. A little flits and some ferric chloride, and be good to go.
So you guys see like what the prices of knives are nowadays, right?
Yeah,
So zoom out and show the price of this one.
$565.
That's not bad, right?
No.
For a Damascus freaking titanium frame lock.
For a Chebrikov, that's awesome.
That's really good. And that's one thing about this brand I find really pretty awesome is that their knives are very, very reasonable. If you get an M390 version of this, you'll pay probably like $450 maybe or less. So
I wouldn't
that's
mind grabbing one of these.
yeah, I think you'll like it, Tom. It's very simple. It runs on washers. It's not a bearing knife,
Which I
you know.
prefer. That
Which
sounds like
I-
a better use of my money than another hinderer.
It is. It is. And if you get an M390 version, it'll probably cost you the same as a hinderer.
Except the hinder will be better. So there's that.
No,
I don't know.
the
I don't know.
hinderer will be barely functional.
Look, you can spend your $450 and contribute to communism, or you can contribute to the American economy.
Listen,
Totally up to you,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tom. Totally up to you.
I'm not contributing to communism. Knife Center contributed to communism by buying it. I'm keeping my business in America by buying this from Knife Center, hence boosting the economy because I gave them my money.
That's like fucking a crack whore and saying that that you're just giving her money and she's going to buy crack. You're still fucking a crack whore. Anyway, you look at it. Okay? But I like how you try to put like 6 degrees of separation
I
between
tried-
you and the
yeah.
whore, but the fact is you're still paying for a communist
I
life.
tried to spin that one a little bit.
I saw that. Yeah, it was a good move. I respect the hustle.
And then the last one I have for you guys is it's a custom knife maker that I also think has been fairly affordable. He's been out for a while. You can stay on Knife Center for him.
Is it under Hobbit and Lord of the Rings?
It's What the? You know what? Just click on that. I'm curious now. I never even saw that.
Yep, that.
Oh my god!
Dude.
Can I buy a bow and arrow?
Get a
Yeah.
fucking mace. You can get a mace. That is awesome.
It's a 40-inch mace.
Look at it's
Dude,
it's
that
the sword of Gandalf.
And look, it's cheaper than a Wii knife.
It's cheaper than a fucking Spyderco.
Wow.
I need that in my life. What's the steal?
All 6.
That's all 6?
Yeah.
That whole thing?
Yep.
How many inches is that knife?
47.625 overall length.
47 inches of hard ass AUS-6.
35 and a quarter inch blade length.
Oh my god! And I'm paying how much for a Tenacious?
About $60 nowadays, I think.
Fuck me. Fuck me. That's horseshit, Spyderco.
So put in there Jason Clark.
I like his
See, we're
knives,
going
too.
American fellas. Jason Clark, Persian.
I like his stuff.
Don't try to make up for your communist endeavors.
So I actually, this was a knife I was looking at that I liked from Jason Clark. And if you guys haven't paid attention to Jason Clark, he's actually a pretty impressive knife maker. He's been using a lot of very crazy materials. This is not anything super crazy, but he does make a lot of very intricate looking knives, some big old crazy cleavers and all kinds of stuff. And as a custom knife maker, yeah, I'm not sure about that whole though. As a custom knife maker, I think he's worth taking a look at.
Yeah.
He's out of Texas, I believe. And I talked to him once or twice. He's pretty. Seems like a pretty cool dude.
He pulled a Chris Reeve. This is their alignment hole when they're machining it.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
I think that's badass looking. I like how the bolster's on a 45. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a cool detail.
Yep.
What?
See how the bolster's at a 45? It doesn't mate at a 90.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of looks like that knife you had earlier today, Alex. The Atlantic.
It's different. I mean, this is more of a Persian design.
Yeah, it's got more of that upswept Persian-y. I mean, it looks. This is the most functional looking custom you've brought up today.
There's another version too.
It actually looks like it can cut things.
And you can see the flipper tab is really nice and low profile, which I really like. I think I could have done it without that back finger groove. The front one's fine, but the back one, I don't like having my hand.
Yeah, without that giant point right there in the middle.
They look small too.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he has my size hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably got your size hands, Tom. Little screws, little hands.
I got after my own heart.
I know the blade's 3.75 inches, but how long is the handle, Tom? Let's look at that.
Overall length was 8.7. Well, I guess that doesn't tell me. Close
I
is
did
5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. I called it, motherfucker. Oh.
And then he must have some kind of hidden pivot in there because the
Hold
blade-
on.
It's underneath
Cover
the
it.
bolster, I bet.
Yeah.
Is it? Hey, Tom, did
Yeah.
you say that had a 5-inch handle?
Yeah.
So that's a two-handed knife for you.
It's a fucking sword.
Two-handed sword right there for Tom.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep, you did.
The only other thing I can say is I think, I get it. It's got bolsters on it, but I really prefer when a knife has less screws on the side.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This thing's got like 4 screws on each side, which is fine, but it's just a nitpick, I guess. But I would rather it just have like the pivot screw on the outside and
Yeah.
just all be like 1 screw and 2 little ones up at the top.
I just can't get over how cool that is. I like that 45-degree bolster meeting with the other material. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That pocket clip, though.
Yeah, the pocket clip, I like the way he did it.
It's like the deepest carry ever.
Yeah, it
He
is.
pulled a ZT 0562.
I didn't give her anything, dude.
Same thing.
No, I didn't see it over here.
It doesn't show the top on how that thing is mounted, huh? Uh-oh. Ray Laconico time.
Uh-oh, here we go, Laconico.
Hey, look, I think before we go to, we need to talk about that $275 QSP that just came out.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I would be fine with talking about that. We'll pull that
Yeah,
one.
I need to hear about this because I don't know it existed. What?
I
What?
didn't know it existed either, actually.
Oh, is this that the it's a non-locking flipper?
Yeah, it's a front flipper detent like slip joint.
Oh, kind of like what's that?
The Black Star.
Yeah, the Black Star.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really similar, but when you push on the top blade, instead of it just like closing, it just snaps back down into the handle.
But see, I think so for me, like why? So I play with Serge Panchenko's little bean, the little flicker thing that he does,
I love the beam.
which it operates on a detent, right? And on a small knife like that, that's kind of cool. But on a knife like this, I don't see how that's any better than a slip joint. I think a slip joint would actually be better.
Well, isn't that in essence? I mean, it's the same function, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't a slip joint have more of like kind of a spring?
Yeah, it's more of a spring where it snaps it back into the handle.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
this has a stop pin though.
yeah, like on this one, you break the detent, it flips open all the way, and then you push back and it breaks the detent again, and it flips all the way closed and locks shut. You have to see the video of the action because it's super cool.
Yeah. So where like a traditional slip joint, yeah, it butts up against a spring. That has a stop pin and a detent.
Right.
So I mean, I functionally, I think it would be, see why. I mean, it wouldn't be any less or more.
I guess that's true, but I just felt like that spring of a slip joint, like especially like on a GEC or something like that, is a little bit stronger than just a detent ball.
I haven't handled this. I don't know how strong a detent. I don't know. I mean,
Here's the video of it.
Not much I can see from that video, Tom.
No, I'm saying how it opens and shuts like snappy.
It's like a smock, but smaller and better.
So the Protos, I don't know if they have pictures of the Protos. Yeah, so the Protos had completely smooth flipper tabs. So
I will say this: it's good looking.
yeah.
It's
So
got nice.
The Protos had the completely smooth flipper tabs. The final production version has jimping all fucking over it.
I think a smooth flipper tab would have been fine.
Yeah, it was fine. People said their reason for changing it was, well, we don't want people's fingers slipping off of it and then complaining. I'm like, Jesus Christ, come on.
It's on a detent ball. I mean, how is it gonna fucking slip?
I know.
Thank you.
It's so stupid.
Thank you.
I don't know, but I do like the way it looks. I like the way that they mounted the pocket clip kind of symmetrical to the whole knife.
Yep.
And I like the flipper tab. It's cool.
It's like the most Ray Laconico.
It is.
Very well played.
It's like it looks like it's like a dick. It's just straight. There's one line. It's real simple.
Yeah.
Stick. Kai, what are you doing?
That is his style for
Do you
sure.
know who made it?
Best Tech?
Kaiser.
Kaiser made it.
It's M390. But I don't know how they do their M390.
Wait, Kaiser made it?
Kaiser made it.
Pass.
It's
Pass. Maybe Freon made it.
a cool looking knife. I like it.
It is cool.
Yeah, that is a cool one. Let's look at that QSP that Gerald was talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a ridiculously priced QSP.
It's a $300 QSP.
I did see one like a while ago that was in Rapier Noble and Damasteel.
Don't give a fuck.
As soon as we
That
get
was
this knife, I think we should
300.
wrap it up.
I think you should quit being a bitch.
Thanks.
That's I mean, that's just my opinion. What do I know, though, Tom?
Oh, we've been here
What
for
did-
3 hours, Steve.
Huh?
So we've been here for 3 hours.
I've only been here 2, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see the problem. White Mountain Eyes, welcome to...
Let's see here.
Oh, wow, we're into Karambits, huh?
I didn't even know QSP made karambits.
Neither did I. That's why I said. I'm like, oh, we're into Karambits now,
Is
aren't
it
we?
this one for $215?
Oh, maybe it's only 215 still. Come on, it's a QSP.
A QSP? That's a fucking Ganzo with a different label.
Yeah, that's it right there. Maybe it's only 215.
Still.
Only. You're talking about a $20 knife.
Look at that jimping, man. That is ribbed for your pleasure.
That is ribbed for no one's pleasure. That's a saw. That's a saw blade on the back of it.
Yes.
Holy
Good fucking God.
What do we got for the specs? Ceramic
I
ball
hope
bearings,
no one ever buys this knife. I truly
titanium,
mean that.
carbon fiber inlay, S35 VN.
Bro, I don't care if it was fucking dragon skin.
that.
Wow. I mean this when I say this. I hope no one ever buys a knife.
Look at that clip.
Look at that knife.
It's got the Freemason pivot symbol.
Dude, the flipper tab looks like a nipple, literally, like a nipple on a titty.
does.
Look at it. It's like somebody took an 0450 and like mutated it with the hole.
Lee just said one day Tom is gonna drive to Georgia and whip Steve's short ass.
Look, one day Lee knows where I live. Lee can drive down here and try to whoop my ass if he wants to. With his abnormally short leg.
Yeah, I'm.
What is that? It's purple.
I don't. And what about the grind? Is that like? Is that a hollow grind with a thicker tip? Is that what I'm seeing?
Hold up. The other
The
one
whole
shows it
thing
better.
doesn't make sense.
Like we're all speechless because it looks like a dinosaur.
This one's out of
Oh, that
stock.
one's even more fucking stupid. That one's extra stupid. Look at that. Extra fucked up.
Extra fucked up.
That's an extra, like, that's a special kind of stupid right there. Look at that. Like, okay, so QSP was like, check this out. Ready? We're going to take all the design elements that people hate and make one knife, right? We're going to put this big banana-shaped handle, right? So it's not ergonomic for anybody. We're going to put jimping that looks like alligator teeth. We're going to put a recurve, a thick-ass grind, and then make it a Spanto wannabe so no one knows how to sharpen it. And then a clip that looks like it's crawled out of a banana.
It's kind of got the
Yeah,
Norseman
yeah.
blade going on. It's got the recurve with the big fucking tip.
Don't you dare
Don't you
insult
dare insult that knife and call it a Norseman.
Don't you dare. Shame on you. Shame on you, Tom. That's a haircut fucking with your mind right now.
Dave said, will Tom be able to reach high enough to whip Steve's short ass Lee? Hashtag bring a stool.
Thank you. Who said that?
Dave.
Dave, you're my friend. I am not friends with Lee anymore.
Steve, how tall are you?
Me? I'm 5'9".
Exact same as me.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. We're perfectly average height.
I'll wear heels. Yeah, that's just all kinds of fucked up. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, Esther, look, they call it the Kylan pocket knife tie handle with carbon fiber, plain black S35 BN edge. So it's just the edge S35 BN?
Yeah. Yeah, it's laminated.
QS119-B. Couldn't just call it like the shark or something cool? Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, look, see how G shit scratching his head? That's what we're all doing right now.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Nope.
Who manufactures the knives for QSP?
Ganzo. I'll bet you $1 to a donut. It's Gonzo. Best Tech ain't making that.
I don't know.
I'll bet you anything it's Gonzo. That's a $215 Gonzo.
Oh well.
Look
don't
at
gotta
that
buy it.
thing.
And it's
Look at
it's missing the front finger choil, man. It needs a front finger choil.
Yeah. Well, no. I said they took all the shitty design elements. A front finger choil is a desired thing. That knife, I'm like that knife's gonna haunt my dreams. QSP, I hope you go bankrupt just for making this knife.
There was one knife that they made that I thought was pretty cool.
It's not this one.
It's definitely not even close to this one.
Definitely not that one.
This thing is a monstrosity.
That what? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Back out of this thing and let's see what else QSP is making.
Oh boy.
Let's see if we can.
They have that Warncliffe looking thing that doesn't look half bad.
They make some decent budget shit with a $215 knife. They can go suck a big old dick.
Yay, China D2.
China D2. All D2 is shit D2. China, Russia, whatever. Look, that looks like the fucking steel wheel. Whatchamacallit?
It looks like a ripoff on the Hogue handle.
It looks like a steel wheel Anthropos.
Yeah.
Same damn knife, minus the thumb studs.
58 to 60 HRC.
Yeah, they all say that. Yeah, everything's 58 to 60.
I know.
What they really mean is 57. What is that?
That looks like a ripoff of that Terzuola that you had, Steve.
Exactly what that looks like. Looks like a Terzula and a Ganzo FH11 had a baby.
Yikes.
QSP. QSP's the new Ganzo.
The kicker
What
is
else?
Ganzo makes a decent knife for the money.
Oh, for $25, they make the best knives for the money.
Yeah.
I've got Kurt gave me one of those FH11s. That thing's got a better action than any knife I've ever felt in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That thing will shut like a Shiro.
All right, boys. I think we have.
Oh, Tom needs some warm milk.
I do.
Oh, here we go. Look at that baby finger.
All right,
Look at that
tiny
baby
hands.
Look at him. Look at him. It's like this. It's like. Look at that.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you're 5'9" with the smallest hands of any motherfucker who's 5 feet 9 inches.
In the world, it's uncanny.
You know how people say, I wear a medium large or large size glove? I legit wear a small.
I
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
You have short fingers and they're really skinny.
Yep. Unfortunately.
You need to grow some fat.
Listen, Steve, I've been trying for 23 years. It ain't working, buddy.
That's a lie. I can show you how to grow fat real quick. It's not that hard.
Not for me.
Telling you, we just need to hang out for a weekend. You'll be up 5 pounds.
I don't know.
Telling you.
Unless you feed me a bunch of cheese and make me constipated so I can't shit, there's no way.
Oh no, I got it. Trust me. Don't worry. I got you. One weekend, you'll be up 5-6 pounds. Easy.
What, you cooking for me?
I'll totally cook for you. You'll love it.
Blade Show 2020.
Blade Show 2020. I'm gonna be there.
I'm planning on it.
I'm gonna be. I'm prepared this year. I'm gonna be. You will not see me with my blood alcohol level at the legal limit the entire show. Guaranteed.
See, I don't know if I'll go that crazy. I'll get fucked up at least one night, though.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta. Like, I have one under my belt, so I know what to expect. The shenanigans. So I'm gonna be fucking ripped the entire time.
I think there's a lot of us that plan on going this next year.
It better happen.
It's going to be a lot of fun if everyone makes it down there that says they are.
They better. Whose baby is that?
It ain't mine.
You sure, Tom?
I'm sure.
My daughter.
That's my stomach.
That's my daughter.
That's what Tom's stomach. Tom's stomach sounds like a toddler.
All right, boys. I think it's time to wrap it up. What do we have here?
All right.
Just under 3 hours. So it was great having Mark on here. He was a great guest.
Yes, he was.
So
Yes.
you guys should definitely go check out his channel. If you guys don't know who Mark's channel is,
Kill yourself.
unsubscribe to mine and give him a sub instead. Because
Yes.
he's a lot more entertaining than I am.
You don't know who AKB is. You got a problem.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, pray for me. I'm riding the train to New York City tomorrow, and I can't take a knife with me, so
Wait, you're what?
He's riding a train to New York City, he said.
A train?
Yeah.
yes, we're going to do some stuff in the city tomorrow. Manhattan, I cannot take a knife because I didn't bring anything with me that I think will be legal in the city, and I know we're going places where I have to throw it away. So,
Are you somewhere in your house right now, G?
what'd you say?
You're not at your house right now?
No, I'm in New York right now.
Are you still in New York?
Yeah.
All right, guys. My daughter's throwing a fit.
Okay.
I love you guys.
Yep. See you later, Alex.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Good episode. And I'll see you guys soon.
Alex loves quartermasters.
Yeah. Especially they're throwing knives.
Yes.
Yes.
Dull throwing. They're not throwing knives. They're throwing sticks.
All right. Good night, guys.
See you later, Alex. Night. All right. So for anyone here left in the stream, or even listening later, make sure hashtag TinyHandsTom
Yes.
and hashtag BridgeTrollGerald.
No, just Bridge Troll, buddy.
No,
Just break through.
no, Bridge Troll G. I think because I feel like Bridge
Unless
Troll's
you're going
too
to start
broad.
a new one.
Yeah, he already started Bridge Troll.
Okay, well, hashtag Bridge Troll. Let's make this a contest. Whoever has the most hashtags against them by the next episode.
All right, how about hashtag fuck you, Steve?
And listen, our own hashtags don't count. So Gerald, you can't tell me you can't make a bunch of posts with hashtag TinyHandsTom, and I can't.
Well,
Oh, God, I've already got a bunch of them.
We got a ton of them already.
Fuck.
Yep, that's it. He's already in it,
All right.
man. He's in it to win it.
Fuck it. We'll count it.
We'll count it. That's right. We're gonna goddamn right. We're gonna count it.
Count it.
That's right.
Count it. That's right. Game on, motherfuckers.
All right. Whoever.
Hashtag fuck you, Steve.
What should we do for whoever loses?
Shave all our hair off.
Yeah.
Here,
Yes,
here.
shave all our hair.
If you lose, you have to shave your hair off. If I lose, I have to shave my mustache. Deal?
Shut up, Tom. Just stop.
What,
You shave your
that
head.
wonderful cop mustache you have?
Throw some milk on and let your cat lick it off.
We'll figure something out.
Doesn't matter as long as you lose. That's all that matters.
We'll
As
figure
long as
something
you lose. Hashtag fuck you, Steve.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Dude, we'll just have the losers going to have to carry 8CR13 for a week.
Deal.
Ooh.
I'm down.
Ooh. Brutal.
I am down. I feel like I'm a huge underdog in this because you got a lot more followers than I do. So, I don't.
Wait till I put out a video.
Fuck. Come on, you got it. You can't be biased. You can't be biased. You got to say this hashtag,
Biased.
this hashtag.
I can,
I'm gonna put them all, buddy. I'm gonna put them all out there. You text me all the hashtags we're gonna put up. I'll put them all out there. Transparency, baby.
I'll carry 8CR for a week.
You're gonna.
I'll go buy a brand new knife for it.
You're gonna be carrying ACR for a whole week.
That's fine.
How about 30 days?
Ooh, no, that's too much.
Come on, 30 days. Come on. 30 days.
2 weeks.
All right, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks is still good. Yeah.
I use my knives pretty hard at work.
Yeah,
All right.
you're not getting through a day on 8CR13.
Fuck
Neither
no.
am I.
Dude, this past week and a half, I've opened like 90 boxes, and then cut like another 200 feet of cardboard.
Yeah,
ACR,
you'll be sharpening that 8CR at work.
Yeah, that's fine. At least I
Better
can.
bring a handstone.
Yep. Hey, we got them at work. I work at a knife shop.
That's right. That's right. Remember using that Spyderco.
I'm just gonna carry my strop around with me and strop after every like 3 cuts of cardboard.
You're gonna need a strap to do that. You like open the tape, strap.
Like, what are you doing? Touching up my knife.
What? Shh.
Yeah, just shut up. You don't understand.
You don't understand.
I lost a bet.
This has to happen, or else we'll be losing this today. I'm gonna have to carry. You might want to carry a backup box cutter.
I might have to. No, I think it's funnier if you have to carry just that. That's your only option. Same for you, G. No carrying three knives like you always do.
ACR 13, buddy.
G's like, yeah, I'm carrying this ACR 13 MOV, and his Maximate knife's all sticky with tape residue.
It's my backup knife.
Dude, look, if I lose, I'll carry the Tenacious I have.
Ooh, I'll go get a Tenacious just to do it.
Yeah, I got a Kershaw in HCR right now, so
I have a Kershaw. I have a not the Atmos, the other one.
I had one of those. Hey,
Whatever it is.
Lee says he's got me. That's all I need.
Man, Lee can suck a dick. Lee can suck a big old dick, like an extra large dick.
Like
Extra
double
large.
double the size of his replacement one.
Yeah. Like a big old dick, big old bag of dicks. Big bag of them.
Ugh.
He can suck a whole bag of dicks.
All right, boys, let's wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for watching in the Twitch chat and all that good stuff. As always, you guys can find this on all the normal platforms. As always, I got to catch up on YouTube still. That shit takes forever. I think that's pretty much it. Thanks to Mark for being a guest on here. Thanks, Steve, for joining an hour late as always.
I do what I can.
We need to
when I
start.
can.
We need to start starting at 5, so you join at 6 right when we're starting.
No, because I'll be able to join at 5. It's just 6 is such a. I work till like 4 on Sundays, 4 or 5 on Sundays.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I'm not on my way home, and
Yeah.
it's like,
I know.
like I could get there on time, or I can go drink a beer.
Understandable.
Show up happy.
All right, guys. I will see you all 2 weeks from now.
Rock
All
and
right,
roll.
see ya.
See ya.
Later.